Hello, and welcome along to episode 41 of Sogravia, the Last Bastion.
Wow.
Today I promised that Jamel won't go to Jamaica, so he's japing with goats in Japan.
Goats.
And yeah, goats. They're not jokes.
Goats
They're not
with a
jokes. They're
J?
goats. Oh, why? Like, maybe he could jape with the Jeppers. Do
Okay.
you remember the Jeppers? Those goat-like
Nope.
creatures from Soulforged?
Yes. Poor things.
Carrying all your baggage up the mountains. Yes, those. He's off japing with those. Unfortunately, Matt is also off marauding in Mauritius. He's at a bachelor party. If he does turn up, then we'll be surprised, I guess. So yeah, he's not going to be here. Meaning I've just got the 4 players today, which means we can focus in on those that are dying.
Good.
Somehow Yen and Obi and will just sort of be immune to all the negative effects of the world, while the rest of you have such a miserable time. And isn't that lovely? Now, where did we leave off? Ah, yes, somebody rolled a 38. Thanks, Callum. So Ashrin's still exhausted, and I tell you what, she's not happy with you about it.
Well, guess what? I'm exhausted too, so...
Are you? You got a level of exhaustion?
And poisoned, by the way. How long did this last?
Poisoned?
Do you remember? Yeah, I got poisoned.
Poisoned by what?
Unsure.
Were you in combat?
Yeah, Callum is blinded, restrained, poisoned. Okay, I got poisoned by that beast. Then I was spit out.
Yes, you did. So the blinded and restrained would have ended when you got spat out. Oh, you're poisoned for 24 hours until the next long rest.
Well,
that's what I thought.
I mean, we can tell that. Can we tell that Callum's poisoned?
That's a good question.
Is there any way of knowing?
Yes, 100%.
There's a little green bubble floating over my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I take a step, I hear, oof, you hear me losing 1 point of health.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are clear indications on his frontal software.
Yes. Then
my sensors.
In that case, I'll stop Callum and I'll just like put my hand on his quote unquote forehead. And I guess I don't know if this isn't a spell, so I don't know if it has weird effects, but I will use. I think it's five lay on hands to neutralize the poison.
Wow. Does it work?
So like, as I put my hand on your forehead, like the like familiar like red magic-y kind of energy like does glow, but it flickers. It's not very like the connection's not as strong as you've seen.
There's
it
some
with
interference.
before. But it still goes through. Hopefully.
Does it?
Yeah, confidently say
You said,
it.
does it?
Yeah.
Josh,
You tell me.
I need you to roll
Say it with
me
your chest, boy.
a D100, please.
You do it this time.
I'd love to.
Even though I rolled a 95 earlier, I should have saved it.
That's a 27.
That feels good.
And I will roll a D10. 2. Okay, that's good. For the next couple of hours, as you look around, Sullivan, you're a little worried that the magic's not going to come through as you thought it would. And then you begin to worry that maybe that storm's a little too close. Maybe these visions are a sign of something a little worse. Maybe this isn't going how you thought it would. This isn't going to pan out. You begin to suffer a form of extreme paranoia. You have disadvantage on all wisdom and charisma checks.
It definitely.
No, for those 2 hours.
Oh, for 2 hours.
But
Sorry.
you don't know it. Your character has no idea it's
Sure.
right?
Goodness.
Exactly
Okay.
2 hours.
First things first. Is the poison bubble gone?
Yeah.
Give me a con save. The person who's
Okay.
poisoned.
You got a +5 because you're literally next to me.
Yeah, Callum. Sorry, name's gone.
Wow, with Sullivan's aura, that's a 26.
Okay, yeah, that's a big number. You are no longer poisoned.
Cool. Then as
Wow.
that happens, and I see that he's better, I'll lower my hand and then look to the sky, and then look back down to Callum, and I'll just say,
Look at me.
we
As you
we
lower
need
your
to-
hand, you will notice that there is a slight glimmer on the sort of back of your hand, and as you look down at your hand, it's as if bits of the shadow are sort of moving around in your hand.
My hand.
Yeah, as if.
Oh no!
That's
the dark marks sort of onto it, and then you sort of see those marks moving up your arm, as if your veins are sort of slightly blackened.
Thanks, Sullivan.
You don't see this,
okay? No, yeah. I don't see this, but I'm still.
Like, no, but you do see. Obviously,
I do see you're looking around in paranoia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tricky, James, because I can't see my skin because of the armor I'm wearing.
The armor covers your hands?
Yeah. I'm wearing like gauntlets and everything.
Right, okay, I hadn't realised that. Yeah, so you don't see
love that. You see know this is happening.
No.
In that case, what you see is a sort of coiling shadow around your armor, sort of, and then sort of entering into the cracks. Or like into the joints of your armor.
You know, that's slightly worse, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's what he sees.
Is my movement speed still lowered? Did that end when I stopped the blurry vision?
No.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Then I, like, looking down at
I hate to tell you this, but the cap of breathing is the only thing that can save that problem.
Yeah, speaking of House of Starling,
just give me a second. I'm just going to change my blue on blue problem that's going on.
Okay.
Nope, don't like that. Get out of here.
What, you're in the Sisterhood again?
Yeah. We saved several.
I'll join you.
Yeah, then as I see this, I'm like very not aggressively, but with some force, put my hand on Callum's shoulder and just say, "We need to move now." And I spin on my heel and just with a reasonable 20 feet movement speed, march on.
I also go 20 feet, so.
Please tell me they both.
We're leading the way, and then we are surpassed.
Okay, so the two of you begin moving. And as you're moving, Sullivan, you notice these shadows coiling around Callum's feet and writhing up around him. You turn back and you sort of turn to the side, and you see that Marcus is staring at the same shadows. He just sort of looks at you. You see it too.
My eyes dart to the fairy is leading us, right?
Yeah,
sorry, I forget her name.
Yeah.
Yen. Yeah. I guess I'll just shout ahead. Yen, is there somewhere we can stop for a while?
We just took a moment to get our breath, and it wasn't a place of rest. We need to keep going until we get down to the river.
How far away is it? How long?
An hour? Maybe 2?
I kind of sigh and look to
Marcus. Okay, do yourself a favor. On the top right, click on the book, and then just open characters. All the character names are in there.
I have done that now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Then I will turn to Marcus, and I'll just say, we just need a little bit longer, and I'll keep on marching on.
Do you think that's the Shadowveil infiltrating? Do you think they're going to take Callum? Should we warn them?
No. I don't. I think this is just an illusion. I don't think. I think these shadows are just shadows.
He rubs his eyes, looks again, nods, keeps going. As you make your way against the cracked land, it's dusty and dry here. No. You were meant to change, not just repeat. Unhelpful. There we go. Is that going to play me some noise now? Maybe. Some point in the near future. I don't... Okay, nothing's happening. Bear me a second.
I hear noise.
Yeah, but it's the stream not getting it as it should be. And I'm not getting it as it should be. Let's see. Okay. Right. Cool. Maybe. Kind of. No, not really. While my Roll20 is dissipating, you've entered a land that's a little more cracked. It's a little drier here. You notice that there's dust moving on the surface of the earth. It's a little uncomfortable to breathe in this area, and I don't mean because the air is heavy as it was before, but it's gritty, it's nasty. It's like it's like you're in the outlands in Texas, or you're edge of Nevada desert, and you've got this sort of horrible dry land just moving about in the wind. And as you sort of try and grab a deep breath, it doesn't quite feel right. It feels like you can't really get enough air in. As you enter this sort of bitter, dry area, Yen turns back and... This isn't good. The wind's starting. We're going to need to find shelter.
Are we still, 2 hours from the river?
About an hour and a half at this point. You've been moving for about half an hour.
Okay. What's so bad about the wind?
This kind of wind usually precipitates a sandstorm, and we don't want to get caught in one of those.
Alright. I'm scanning the horizon for a shelter.
Yeah, go ahead, give me a perception or survival check, your choice.
It will be.
Can I also do that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I think that was a nat 20, but...
Okay.
Ashwin will probably still do better.
You get different things from the two of you.
Callum not exhausted.
Oh, Callum is exhausted, you're right.
Yeah, well...
Let me roll again.
Shit, come on, Astrid.
I'm also, but my lower die was a 15, so...
Okay.
Callum doesn't see anything.
Well, Callum will see something. What's the roll?
6.
A 6. Yeah, as you look about, you see these sort of broken trees. You see dust moving between them. Sort of a little further away, you see a sort of little cloud of dust rolling towards you a little bit. And as you try and stare in that direction, the dust sort of gets into your visor hole, if you like, within Sid.
Oh no.
Yeah, it means it's a little gritty. It's all up in your eyes. And then you just sort of make out this figure. At first, it looks like a really, really large creature is moving through the sand. And then as you try and focus a bit more clearly, for a moment, it looks like old Gasha, the giant, that you were with.
Oh, well, you should not be here.
Back there, and then it sort of, it changes a little bit, and it goes back to just sort of the sand. But then, to you, it looks like there are figures riding in the sand towards you. Ashrin, your perception was?
25.
25, yeah. You look around, and there's, like, a distant, sort of, a mountain's a strong word, a distant hill made of rock that maybe could be shelter, but that could take almost 3 hours to get to. The river might even be closer. As you look down towards the river, or where you know the river to be, straight ahead, it's on a small incline, so you can't actually see the water. The land here is barren. There isn't much in the way of shelter anywhere, but you do notice that 2 or 3 trees are a little closer together down by the river. Maybe that would offer a hint of shelter.
I will just start marching in that direction.
Yen sort of look. Okay, I'm right. Yeah, good idea. We'll move it that way. And she will adjust her path slightly to go the way you were going. Sorry.
Is that in the same
supposed
direction
to know
I
things?
see these creatures?
No, the creatures are on the dust sort of back behind you where you come from.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry,
then that's
Delora,
fine
you
with
said?
me.
I was talking to Yen. Aren't you supposed to know things about where we are?
But we were headed that way, and you've gone a little to the left. I'm guessing you're making for that shelter just there. That could work. I was going to take us to the river as quickly as possible, but we'll go that way.
Let's go. Let's
hurry.
hurry.
Adjusts to Ashrin's path. But you guys need to speed up a little bit. Anybody whose movement speed is under 35 feet currently, I need a con save, please.
Oh. It's me.
So that's currently
Are we
under
near
35.
Sullivan?
No, I don't think so.
Obi's is a 30 because he's got a +5 from me.
No, he hasn't. I
What
just said
do we need to roll?
no,
Sorry.
not next to you, but 25 is fine.
Oh, okay.
If your movement speed is currently under 35 feet, I need a con save. I don't think yours is, right? Yours is still 40?
I'm 30.
Oh, you're still 30? Yeah, I need a con save then, please.
Yeah, I don't get extra movement speed. I'm not barbarian anymore.
No, that's true, but I thought you had a feat
Oh,
or something.
that's
good.
Oh,
Wow.
Glacius.
You've got to be shitting me. Wait.
Like this.
Actually, nope.
Yes.
Feeling indomitable, Glacius.
Yeah, I'm feeling indomitable. There we go. That's a 27,
If
which
you
is
are
a
going
35 with
if
plus
you are
5
going to
something.
use your Indomitable, I need a D100, please.
Wow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
51? Yeah.
Can you re-roll that? I can't give you that one.
Fine.
Sorry. You can't have between 46
98.
and 55. That is a lot better.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Glacius sort of holds his energy together and he sort of focuses to try and keep going and just passes out on the floor.
Glacius?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You collapse.
I gotta help him.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I pick him up. Let's go.
So Sid sort of bends
Bro, I
down,
wasted my
picks him up.
Indomitable for this?
Your Indomitable is used. You do not gain the negative effect that Ashrin is so happy to have got. So your Indomitable was a success, but in using that class feature, you have unfortunately fallen unconscious. Ashrin, another 5 feet off your movement speed. As the dust and the grit are getting to you. It's hard going. You can't quite catch your breath in this area. Deep breaths hurt in the sand. So yeah, another 5 feet off your movement speed.
I'm gonna rush over to Glacius and kneel down on the floor in front of him. I mean, I'll take off my gauntlet to put my hand on his forehead to see if he has like a fever or something
Okay,
like
give me a
that.
medicine check.
That's a 13.
13? Yeah, there are no signs of his vitals or anything medically being wrong with him at all. He is perfectly fine.
Okay,
And
I'll put the gauntlet. I'll put the gauntlet back on. I'll put my head to his chest. Is his heartbeat regular or is it going fast? Is it slow?
It's a little slow, but nothing major.
Let's get out of here. We'll just
And leave him?
No, I'm carrying him.
Sid's
I'm
carrying
already
him,
picking him up.
Okay.
Wait, let's look at him in the shelter. I mean, because we're out in the storm.
Callum's like, I've waited so long for this to
It was all leading to this.
Yeah, as you carry him, you begin to feel Glacius sort of twitching and moving as if experiencing a nightmare while asleep. Glacius,
No.
you are, in your mind, you didn't fall unconscious. You're still going.
That sounds like me.
You made your Indomitable check and you kept on marching. But as you turn, you see no one around you. You're alone.
Ah, shit.
And then moving in around you are these shadows which begin to encroach. First, it's quite slow. The sand dissipates. You hear a eerie silence. And then these shadows, who are moving very slowly towards you, suddenly rush at you and move inside you.
No.
Glacius, you wake up with a start, realizing that it was a dream, and Callum, as you look down through Sid's eyes, you will see Glacius's eyes deep black and full of shadow, for a moment.
You know, I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner, if we're being completely honest. Like,
it startles me. I almost drop him. But
to you, Glacius, you're a little startled that you're in Sid's arms, but otherwise you're feeling alright.
Guys, I feel great. We should still go home. But
does he feel great, or does he just feel alright?
You're not feeling any unusual effects as of the dream, except for a little bit of mild worry.
It's normal. Good, I already wanted to go home.
Just needed a little quick power nap, huh? I will set Glacius back down.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
As you set Glacius down, Sullivan, you notice Marcus staring quite intently at Glacius, and as you look at Glacius, you see that he is holding a ball of shadow in his hand, and it's pulsing out shadows. As if a beating heart. You're muted, by the way, which is making this even more dramatic.
I'll.
So, is what we got?
Wait, sorry. So what I see is Glacius holding a ball of darkness.
In one hand, down by his side. I can't put it by my side because you can't see it. It's as if he's holding a dark heart, and the heart is beating.
Yeah. I draw my sword and point it to Glacius, and I say, "What is that you're holding?"
Look behind me and be like, "Oh no,
what is going on, Sullivan?
What are you holding?
You okay?" Oh yes, what I was holding?
Yeah.
Nothing.
You look down, your hands are empty. As you raise them to sort of shrug,
it is nothing.
Sullivan, you'll see the ball of shadow drop to the ground behind him as he lifts his hands up.
I will launch towards the ball and slam down with my sword, spending a spell slot to smite.
I need a charisma save and a roll to hit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let me just get that spell slot. Roll to hit.
How about you hit first? Because, you know, you don't smite if you don't hit.
That is a 23. And was it a charisma save, you said?
A charisma save, yeah.
Which I have disadvantage on.
No, they were checks.
Oh, checks, okay. Oh, great, that's 33.
Okay. So you go to stab down just at the last moment. You sort of blink away the shadows, and you see that you're about to stab a rock with your sword, and that will damage your sword. And you've just pulled your sword ever so slightly before doing so. You look closely, and that thing that Glacius was holding, you can't see it anywhere.
I look around, still sword drawn. Do I still waste the spell slot?
No, it doesn't happen. You didn't hit. Can't
Okay,
slide if you don't hit.
Yeah. So I'll like very quickly like twirl around and just like not accusingly, but accusingly say, "Where did it go?"
Sullivan.
Where did what go?
The rock is right here.
No, it was.
Do you want me to? I'll get rid of. I kick the rock as far as I possibly can with Sid's legs.
No, it was darkness, and I'll turn to Marcus.
Sullivan.
You saw it, didn't you?
As you turn to Marcus, Marcus is staring straight at you.
Oh,
you look down, and in the place where your heart should be, you just see boom, 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 boom. This dark, shadowy heart. And you, my friend, may deal your card.
Yeah.
Again.
Like I'm not dealing with enough.
These kids are gonna have some catching up to do.
Oh no. Let's see. Leave it to chance. You've lost faith in the decision-making skills of yourself and the rest of the group.
Ooh,
You are certain that the only way to make any decision from now on is to flip a coin.
Oh fuck.
Did Sullivan just get the me card?
Like... what logic is that flipping a coin is the best?
Well, I'm actually
You've
going
never had that
to
before?
remove that card and put it back in the deck and ask you to deal a separate one. Because I don't think that suits the current moment.
Okay. Shadows. You see shadows constantly just at the edge of the camp, just behind your shoulder, moving around you. You feel an urge to attack these shadows. These feel ominous, dangerous.
James, did you give him this card?
No,
I feel like you
I
did.
didn't. I just
is
dealt the next
too
card.
perfect.
A lot of them
He
are
searched it.
thematically.
He's got the heart of the
joined.
cards. That's
it
what
would
it
make
is.
a lot of sense, for example, Darth, if you had have drawn that chance card because you've given up hope and you're just like, well, at this point we might as well just flip a coin for it, right? It wouldn't have made any sense if someone was taken in that moment. So there's lots of thematic joining. Yeah, Sullivan.
So I look down.
as you look
Is
down,
it
you
the
see a
orb
beating-
that's pulsating?
It looks like a beating heart, and you know that it's not real because you're looking down and you're sort of seeing through your armor.
Right.
But it's effectively like you're looking for this shadow heart. Oh wow. Anyway, you're looking for this heart of shadow, and as you look down, you realize that it might be inside yourself.
What? Sorry, where are we right now? Currently, have we stopped?
There will do.
Wasting time. That's where we are.
Okay, so we're still not.
Yeah.
We're not. We're not at the point of the river where we were going to stop, right?
No, you're still an hour and 20 minutes away.
Then I kind of look around, like my eyes darting to everyone, like a look on my face that is mixed with panic and frustration, and I will just continue walking.
As you do.
But
so.
I won't put my sword away.
Okay. As you do so, Armand comes and sort of walks alongside you.
Well, yeah, it won't take too long for people to catch up.
Hey.
Little tiny stubby legs start walking away.
Elliot, hold strong to what you believe in. You're losing yourself here. Remember what Yen said. It preys on your mind as much as it preys on anything else. These lands. Hold strong to what matters, to what you love.
That doesn't help when I see shadows all around.
There are shadows.
See
all
things
around.
that aren't there.
There are shadows all around. Some of us see them, some of us don't. But remember the truth of it. What we're here for, why we're here, and what matters. Remember that these are your companions, your friends. You've got to keep going for them. Stay strong. He sort of nods to you and he looks to Marcus and you too, keep your faith.
Lord, you gotta keep the faith.
And yeah, as
You
Armand
gotta
sort
have
of moves,
faith, the faith, the faith.
moves forward, you'll notice the wind is picking up a little bit.
Yes, I gotta have faith.
And I can't get this to load. Come on, off you go. There we go.
Oh, this is kind of beautiful.
Is it hell?
What in the fallout is going on?
It's giving Mad Max for me. I just watched Fury Road again.
Oh, what a great film.
That's a good movie.
My favorite movie. Do you see? Can you even see the poster up there? You can't really see it very well, but there's my Mad Max poster.
Yeah, the wind's picking up. The sound begins to kick up into your eyes. It gets in your mouth. There's grit in your teeth. It's really nasty going. And
Ugh.
it won't be long before you can't cast any magic. As you've been told, you can't cast during storms.
True.
You see, as you look back, this giant cloud of dust billowing on towards you. And Yen will look to Ashrin and then look over at the rest of you and... We're gonna have to run!
Okay.
And Starling sort of grabs his cap of breathing and hands it back to Ashrin.
That's what I was about to do.
To say you can keep hold of that if you want. She says, I can't breathe anyway. What does it matter? And she just sort of breaks into a dead sprint. But you can see she's sort of weaving slightly, as if losing her sense of direction, her sense of where it is. And Yen sort of looks back and, run, damn it!
Okay.
Fast fuck, boy.
Run as fast as 15-foot movement will get me.
Well, 30 foot, you're dashing, I assume.
Yeah. Okay. I thought maybe my boots gave me a separate flying speed. They do not. It's equal to my walking speed, so I'll just keep running.
Yeah, but we did discuss earlier, Sid's movement speed a little less effective than yours, right? So Sid is able to sort of make a couple of jumps, right, with the jumping ring to try and
yes.
keep up. What is going?
Our old classic.
Am I here or not? My Discord just.
You're here.
Keeps
Discord is freaking out a little bit. Oh, yep.
Discord's having a heart attack right now.
Okay. Yeah. As you sort of try and make your way in the wind and the sand, each of you trying to go as fast as you can. I will take a survival check from everyone, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm so good at those. With disadvantage.
You're right.
Oh.
Wow.
Not a natural 20. Feels bad.
Wow, Callum, look at you.
Sullivan, you. Oh, the nat one is Obi's.
It sure is.
I didn't actually need you to roll for Obi.
Oh,
so
sorry.
You're okay, because I don't want to affect their characters while they're not here.
That's fine. I mean, I have the same modifier, so
yeah.
I don't mind.
You want
taking...
Don't
I
volunteer for the nat one.
You failed either way. You failed either way.
Yeah, I failed.
I'm going to use the nat one.
I rolled a
card.
7,
Yeah.
so.
So the rest of you sort of vaguely keeping one person in sight. Whether you're following Starling, following Yen, and the sort of purple light she's holding up in the air, whether you're following Ashrin, or the sound of Ashrin's irritated voice telling you to hurry up, whether you're following Starling's desperate cries, or Marcus's sort of constant reinforcement. And, come on, we've got this, we're going to get there. And as you all get to where the river is, you take shelter down by 3 sort of grouped together trees. You duck right down and the sand begins to billow and blow over you. You are in a thick dust storm. You can barely make out the people in front of you, but as you look around, you all realize one thing. There's someone missing.
God.
Sullivan.
I knew it.
As you are making your way through the sand, you can barely see anything at all. A moment ago, you were sure you were following Sid, but now, as you look up, that's not Sid. That's just shadows moving in the dark, moving in the sand. And as they turn towards you, they sort of lash out forwards, these shadows racing at you.
I will fight them.
And as you do, you sort of swing through one and swing through another. You see Obi a little past it. And come on, Sullivan. Come on. You're going to make it. And Obi sort of reaching out his hand and gesturing for you to keep coming towards him. You fall through the 2 shadows in front of you.
I think with the curses I've got, I think I'd be too occupied on killing these shadows.
That's what I said. You swung through. You sliced through the shadows, and then see Obi. Those 2 shadows that raced at you dissipate, and you see Obi sort of gesturing you onwards.
Oh, then if there's no shadows around, then yeah, I'll follow Obi.
No matter how much you follow Obi, though, he seems to remain the same distance in front of you.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I just need to reset this for a second.
It's a mirage.
But it was only a mirage. Dun dun dun.
Let me just... I'm having some trouble. Okay. You keep following these sort of Obi for quite a long time. It feels like maybe half an hour as you're trudging onwards through the dust. The rest of you, as you're sheltered, you realize that Sullivan is missing.
Oh, God.
What do you do?
Okay. Should we go back looking for him or stay put? I'm gonna just point out there and I'm just gonna point in the direction we came from and cast message, and see if I get any response. Just kind of point every which way, looking for a ping. Okay.
Are you stupid? Magic doesn't work during storms.
You're right. Ugh.
Actually, didn't they just say you're not supposed to cast it? Period.
No, it just doesn't work. You're muted, James.
You're muted.
Oh, it does work during storms. You just shouldn't have cast it. I need you to roll a D100, please.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what You fucking idiot, Callum.
I know.
I'm not
We
afraid.
push Callum outside.
Right,
Callum explodes.
It's a cantrip. I'm not scared.
Yeah, but this is like buffed storm bad table.
Don't worry.
It is called the Storm Magic Table. What did you get?
Oh, 31.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right.
No +5.
Is this against being paralyzed or poisoned by any chance? Okay.
How much HP do you have, Callum?
Callum has 135.
Okay, the rest of you can dish that out between you. Callum, you dropped to 0.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
The rest of you can
Classic.
split this 135 hit points between you as this wild wave of healing bursts out from Callum as they fall unconscious into 0 hit points within Sid.
Do I get any of that healing?
No.
Okay.
It's within 30 feet. You are nowhere near.
I'll take 14. I think Marcus needs some. Hold on.
Let Marcus have it.
How much does Marcus need?
Yeah, he'll take 45. So that's 59. That's been used.
There's 79 remaining.
I guess as we kind of hear Callum power down, I'm gonna try to get into Sid to get to Callum.
Okay.
Please tell me we hear the Windows noise.
I think all of you are full health at this point. As you look in, it's sort of like that moment where they open the Dalek, where Rose opens the Dalek. You see Sid sort of open up a little bit, and there's just Callum just lying there, head on chest, sort of completely unconscious, looking severely hurt.
Is Sid still,
Sid's still completely fine.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. I'll be Sid, but Callum is powered down. His lights are out in his eyes.
Just gonna be muttering, how could you do something so stupid, as I try to, like, medicine check stabilize somehow this robot?
You have a healer's kit and you have potions. Which one are you using?
Oh, I love that.
Healer's kit.
Okay, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Just turn it off and turn it back on again. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. Can I jiggle the on and off switch?
Hold the power button
No
for
on off
seconds.
switch.
Oh boy.
Can I blow on its cartridge?
What did you get?
Only his wife does that.
What did you get, Lord?
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Yeah, you try and stabilize Callum, and like as you inject the healing kit, like you just realize that this is not a normal person. Callum doesn't work the same way as the rest of you. You wish at this point that you had spent the time trying to understand how to revive Callum, but you've never had to before without magic. And so none of you really know. Sid sort of closes back up protectively over Callum, and you're just going to have to wait on that one, I'm afraid. Speaking of waiting, the rest of you, Armand sort of looks at you and...
Wait,
What do
but
we do?
Sid is
Sullivan's
like
not here.
stabilized though, right?
Sid's fine. Callum's unconscious.
Okay. Or like Callum's just unconscious, but he's like stabilized, not having to like make
He's
death
not making
saves,
death
right?
saves, you know that.
Okay.
Armand looks at you and... What are we going to do? Is someone going to go back for Sullivan? He's lost. How
And going out there right now would get all of us killed.
But we can't leave him out there or else he's gonna die. God, we should've just gone home. This is bullshit.
Stop it. Stop it. You can't let it get you. Well, don't give up hope, Glacius. Don't give up hope. You stay here and you don't move. All of you. And with that, Yen lands and is going to walk into the storm.
She does what now?
She's going to walk off into the storm to find Sullivan.
She has legs.
Great.
Of course she
We're all
has
gonna
legs.
die.
Good line, by the way, though. I do like it. As you
Not
say
gonna
that,
die. Have some
Ashrin,
confidence.
she turns back and... I'm not gonna die! And she continues on into the storm. Callum. Callum? Callum.
Yes.
That is what I mean. Yes. Sorry, I was
Callum,
just
you're in the
confused
storm.
myself there.
It's me.
Callum, I need you to roll a d20. Straight d20. It looks suspicious.
Okay. It'll be fine.
An unconscious save.
It was almost a 1, but then it wasn't. It was a 19.
Oh, you need an 18 or
Yeah.
above. That's nice. I like that. As you sort of feel this jab of energy inside you, you recover to 1 hit point.
Oh.
And as you sort of rev up again, so to speak, You notice that something's happened that you've never seen before. Sid is sort of crouched down with his elbows on the ground, and his face sort of tucked in, as if like in a protective ball downwards. So you are sheltered in complete darkness inside Sid. You can almost not quite hear the storm. It's as if Sid has done something on his own accord, which doesn't normally happen. And as you're sort of crouched in this moment, you sort of hear your wife's voice in your mind. I told you, you were messing with things you didn't understand.
That's all science is.
This isn't just science. It's science and magic.
Well, I was never as good at magic as you.
And with that, Sid sort of like crosses his arms in front of the hole you'd normally look out of. Callum, you're trapped in here. You're trapped inside Sid.
I'm knocking.
Okay.
Hey.
And as you do so, the ball moves tighter downwards. Sid sort of contracts even more closely to the ground.
Ugh, God. Sid, what's going on out there?
You hear nothing. You get no response.
I order you. Give me a visual. Where is everyone?
Nothing.
God.
And as you're fighting with Sid, suddenly, as you move through the storm following Obi, you see this sort of pale glow on Obi's hand to try and make sure that you're seen in the storm as he keeps guiding you forwards. And then suddenly he's gone, and in front of you looms what looks to be a fairly sturdy, short tower, about 15-20 feet tall. And the door's open. Inside it you see a gentle fire burning. There are no windows on this building. It looks like the perfect shelter.
I mean, I'm assuming Obi's ran into it, so I guess I'll follow, but I'll be like shouting out, "Obi, is everyone here?"
And as you run in, the sound of the wind stops completely. The door closes behind you, and you hear this low voice, "Orvarka Karstana." They move up behind you, and you feel your arms pulled behind your back. Arms are tied. You look around. There's no sign of Obi.
I'll be yelling out, "Obi!"
There's three purple-skinned men that you know to be Shadowveil. Tie you to a chair. In the middle of the room.
Usually people tend out to dinner first.
They very slowly look
That's
at you.
where we'll end session.
In sort of slightly broken common. How you come?
Where are my friends? Where's Obi? And I'm like struggling against.
You see them look at each other.
Chair. I'm like,
Obi? Obi? How come you here?
tell me where my friends are.
Resist bad. And the Shadowveil takes a jagged-looking curved knife and begins to hold it up to your throat as they will aggressively remove your armor.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
The rest of you, as you are back where we were before, you are sheltering from the storm. Callum, the group have heard your knocking, your banging on Sid, so to speak. And as sort of it gets a bit more urgent, finally, Glacius, you can hear Callum sort of banging from inside Sid. What do you do?
Callum's awake.
Hello.
We gotta get him out.
Guys, are you out there still? What happened?
Yes, Callum, we're here. You were stupid and casted a spell in the storm. They said not to cast magic in.
Callum, you do not hear this voice.
Hello.
Do we hear them yell?
You hear Callum yelling out, "Hello, hello," and banging on the inside of Sid.
Where's the crowbar?
Well, as
get him out.
You can lift Sid, right? Because at the moment you can't see through the hole that Callum normally looks through.
Wake up!
So we'll just do this so that you can see.
Fishy, why are you sleeping?
Yeah, so you can sort of move around so that you can see Sid's face effectively, right? You pull Sid up, and staring out of Sid's eye hole, for want of a better word, are these two deep red eyes that fix you with a glare, Glacius, and then Sid's arm shoots out and grabs you around the throat. I need you to make an athletics check, please. I need an athletics check from Sid and from Glacius.
This is awkward. Sid's athletics is pretty good.
I know.
So is mine, but I have disadvantage.
Oh yeah, Sid's not exhausted.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, Sid's is +10, so... Awkward.
But just don't roll good.
That was a 29.
What the fuck?
Sid sort of, arm round Glacius, sort of lifts you up and twists you very slowly and then throws you almost 6 or 7 feet away. And then Sid goes into like full battle mode, pulls out the sword goes glowing with flame. Callum, you're being tumbled around the side, you can't even quite get up. Like, you're not where you normally are in Sid, you've been like tumbled to the side. You're not even sure if you're conscious, you're feeling very weak. And you can just hear the muffled shouts of your friends just outside of Sid. Marcus sort of comes up and sort of very bravely gets in front and tries to hold Sid's arm to prevent him from attacking. And then, all of a sudden, with no warning at all, Sid just sort of stands dead still, to attention. Eyes no longer red. Callum, you're completely in control.
Tackle Sid.
He's pretty large and heavy, but...
You can sort of charge into Sid and nothing happens. He doesn't react and he doesn't fall.
Okay. Yeah, so I feel this rattle of Glacius run in.
Give me him back, you motherfucker!
So I reorient myself and now I can see correctly through Sid's eyes. I see Glacius. Shit. Sorry, Glacius. Something... I screwed up.
Oh, you think?
What happened? Did we find Sullivan?
No. Yen can walk and went outside.
Oh, shit. Okay. What the hell happened with Sid? I'm like...
Sally sort of looks at you and, you should get out of there! Your robot went berserk!
That was my fear. We're in like shelter, right?
You're just, there's 3 trees. Shelter is a grand word. You've got a little bit of cover.
Right. Well, yeah, I will get out of the Sid for now. And just, I guess, look him over while I wait for Yen. Are we trusting in Yen? Does anyone else have a better plan? She's probably the best person to find Sullivan, right?
Yeah, but she's out there, she's walking out there, so I don't know how well she'll do.
Oh. Maybe she'll get blown off course otherwise.
I legitimately thought James... Oh, she can't? Wait.
No, she can't fly in the sun, so the wind's too strong. She'll just be thrown to the ground.
Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna be looking over Sid, then.
As the rest of you group together... Callum, deal your cards.
Oh, cool. Everyone is acting strangely.
Who knew?
So
Who fuck would have thought?
Cause some unusual feelings, but it seems nobody is themselves. You seem to begin to suspect magic. I have been suspecting this for some time, actually.
Good. You happy for me to take a card?
Yes. That explains. Callum's already thinking this after Sullivan was
exactly, right?
Smite a rock.
Poetic.
Yeah, for real. Like, that's kind of just true.
Astrid's
yelling at everybody.
Perfect.
But we are going to flip to Sullivan. Sullivan, it's quiet in here. And your armor has been stripped from you. And as this man sort of raises this nasty, jagged-looking dagger, you realize that your bonds are a little loose now that they've taken your armor off. What are you doing?
I will see if I can get free.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check, please. I would say or acrobatics, but I don't think that would ever be better for you.
That's a 16.
Yeah, you're able to sort of get one arm out, and you know that at any moment you could drop your bonds completely and have your hands available.
Okay, I'll wait. I want to wait until one of them comes over here.
Okay. There is one man with the dagger, like literally right.
Oh,
up
but
against
he's
your
still
chest.
there.
It's up against your chest, and you. What he's gonna do is start slicing very slowly into your skin. How did you come here?
I will like break myself free and punch him in the face.
Okay. As you do so, you may roll to hit. You see that there are two men either side of you, and then suddenly one of the men falls backwards with an arrow in his eye.
Oh.
That's a 21.
21.
To hit.
Yeah, you sort of punch him and you're able to get yourself up, and he raises his hand and a purple light sort of fires out of his hand, and that is going to be a 19 to hit you, but you've got no armor on.
Yeah, so that's double.
Wow. So that's a 2d10 plus 4. That is 15 damage as you've been eldritch blasted. And more importantly, it pushes you back. At this point, you see that another arrow sort of flies through, hits the same guy who had the eye wound, and then the door sort of gets kicked open, and this little tiny fairy is stood on the floor with a bow in her hand. And as Yen looks at you, there are two more.
She shot through the door?
No, she shot through the small gap in the window.
Oh, okay.
And then she went to the door and kicked it open.
No, I think it's funnier she shoots through the door
and
magically.
as Sullivan, as you look to your right, you realize that your sword is sort of equidistant between you and the other guy.
Then I'll rush him, like rugby tackling him down, so that when I get him down, I'll be next to the sword, and then I can just pick it up and...
Athletics check.
Oh my goodness.
Naked Sullivan is tackling a
There's
guy.
22. Not naked.
It's not naked,
Got
it's
underclothes
loincloth.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so much better.
Yeah, and as you sort of tackle him down, you're able to grab the sword and just stab down. And Yen sort of looks at you and... Hurry up! They'll have more on the way. How did you even get here? It's ridiculous. You're so far, of course. Get yourself dressed. Your armor's over there.
I'll run to like start putting my armor on, and as I'm doing it, we can't leave without Obi. He's here somewhere.
No, he's not. I left him back at the camp. They're playing with you. They must have impersonated one of our friends. That's how you got tricked, of course. Come on. Get yourself dressed.
Very frustrated.
She'll come over and she'll be like, she'll put her hand out, like, take my hand, Sullivan, feel it. It's me. I promise you, we've got this.
I kind of like annoyingly grumble and will nod.
Okay. And then she will wait for you to get dressed and she opens the door. But as you turn to follow her out the door, you see this sort of glint in her eyes, this dark, shadow-like black flicker across her eyes.
Oh no.
As she looks at you and, we're going to have to go back out in the storm before other Shadowveil come. I need you to make a charisma check, please. And I believe you are at disadvantage.
Oh, man.
Someone's going through it.
Show him.
Please tell me it was a nat 1.
It was a nat 2 for a 7.
You believe her and you trust her. And you follow her into the storm.
Good, good.
Is that good? Is that even Yen?
Well, I don't know, because before the charisma check, I was gonna question her, but if that means I trust her, then
You
I'll
right
trust
now.
her.
You do. We're going to have to leave it to those dice.
Okay.
And yeah, as you follow out into the storm, as you walk through the storm, Sullivan, you sort of think to yourself about what happened. You followed Obi. Of all the people, surely Obi's the one you can trust the most in this group. Surely he's the one that has always, stayed true and been honest and stuck to the cause. As you follow Yen, you think back to him leading you and then disappearing. You remember the beating shadow that was in your heart, the images you had of Charlotte's corpse by the fire. You couldn't protect Charlotte, you couldn't protect Obi. You couldn't even protect yourself out here. You begin to gain a sort of doubt in whether you're really fit for this. And then you hear a voice, very gently. Sullivan, I don't know if you can hear me, but the stone's been acting really strangely. I keep hearing sounds of you struggling, but you don't seem to be able to hear me. If you're out there, I'm thinking of you. Come home. You're unsure if it's a figment of your current state of mental breakdown, so to speak, or whether the stones really are acting strangely and you've got a glimpse from Charlotte. But either way, you sort of grab hold of that stone and you hold it as a comfort, as an anchor. And as you see those shadows sort of on the edge of your view, peripheral vision, you take a moment and you just cast them away. And as you keep walking through the sand, through this violent storm, eventually you see Obi sort of jumping up, waving at you. Next to him is Sid, stood stock still in attention. Callum sort of making some tweaks at the back of Sid. Glacier's standing there, sort of looking a little roughed up, but ready to respond to any problem. Arman and Starling are keeping watch. And Ashran seems to be pacing up and down furiously. And you notice the group is still intact. And Yen sort of pulls you in towards the group and... I got him! But the Shadowveil know we're here.
Baby, fuck!
Seeing that Obi is here,
he runs up to you and he just grabs you by the waist.
I was gonna say I'll like drop down and give him a very tight hug.
As you all look to see Yen, you notice a darkness in her eyes.
We all do?
Yeah. Ooh. This will be Jamal's card next week.
Oh no.
Yana started to forget things from before she entered these lands. At first, it's just names and details, and then faces, people, memories. She's losing memory of things before she entered Mistralia, but even worse, she's losing her memories of Mistralia.
Fuck, I was just about to say,
it doesn't matter if she remembers this stuff.
It had to be this way.
Your guide is losing her memories.
Oh, that's great.
It's not good.
You can take it as a result of the magic she cast in the sandstorm to try and find Sullivan.
So Sullivan really did screw us over, sounds like.
Sullivan's survival check screwed you over.
Yeah, it did.
As you
Shadowveil over here, we've lost our guide.
You haven't lost her, she's just having some trouble remembering. And as you hunker down in this shelter, the wind rages on hours and hours. Michaela, roll me a D100.
Oh, okay.
See if you can get
Oh
that
no,
short
not
rest.
her. Not her.
We enjoyed the tension last week. No, let's see it. Do the dice thing. Like we did last week. This is for your short rest. It was well exciting.
Say the line.
That's why we chose you again.
God, it's so stressful though. Okay. I gotta find my... Which ones are for the 100? Is this a 10?
Say the line, Bart.
This is the 10. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, my wires are all fucked up right now.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay, ready?
Is that an 11?
It's an 11, my friends.
Oh, you're the worst.
Giving me this power.
As you all
It's just
sort
for
of
the
cling
first
to each
hour,
other,
right?
as you all sort of cling to each other as the storm rages on, Arman very sort of quietly. I know it's early, but we need some rest. Would this be the time for your lantern?
I was just thinking that.
He's suggesting that you take an hour of the 12 hours of lantern time to take a short rest.
Totally smart.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah? Does everybody agree? Does anybody disagree?
How
we got
often can we use it?
You've got 12 hours in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Have we not hit a full day yet?
No, you've been there about 8 hours.
Ah, back in the pool.
As you sort of enter into the mansion, it's immediate relief for everyone. It's this sort of relaxed feeling of everything's easy. You can breathe. You're certain of what you're seeing. Different people go to different places. Armand goes to the pool with Starling, not to fuck.
We got food in here?
Marcus rushes. Marcus rushes to the dining hall to grab himself something to eat. Some of you, I'm sure, will want to go to your bedrooms. Obi will follow Sullivan wherever Sullivan goes. He's worried about letting him out of sight.
I'd like to make a room that looks like the field and river and ruined town, and that me and Charlotte had our picnic at. Yeah.
You do so. And as you sit down by there, Obi comes and sits near you, but says nothing. But all of you may take a short rest. If you gain any advantages on a short rest, such as somebody's sneaky exhaustion removing ability, then you may do so. Who was affected by the air? Who's currently under air effects? Has their movement speed slowed, for example? Anybody who is may make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Is Marcus still blind?
No.
Is that 24?
Okay.
One level down on the air. You were only affected by one level, right? You only had your movement speed slowed?
Movement speed, and I had a level.
Oh, we've got treasure. We've got treasures here. Yeah, okay. So that will. How do I see your whole deck? Steel card. And Callum, your con save?
14.
Okay. A 14 is a fail, I'm afraid. You are still affected by the air. It won't remove it.
Oh my god.
Laura, did you say you have the air effect?
Well, you gave me slowed movement speed this episode, but I don't know that you dealt me a total.
No, the -5 of movement speed was that'll go now. That was specifically in the sandstorm. You were struggling to keep up. Starling will make her save to have no effect from the air, and she made it. She's so happy.
Oh my god.
She needed it.
Do I still have the exhaustion?
Yes. Unless you have a way of removing exhaustion on a short rest by being a cheaty ranger.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's just the cheaty ranger that gets that. What is giving you that?
Deft Explorer, Tireless.
Deft Explorer, Tireless. 10th level action. Whenever you finish a short rest, you're.
Oh no! Wait, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, no, that's right. You picked the right thing. It's the last sentence. In addition, whenever you finish a short rest, your exhaustion level, if any, is decreased by 1. That's pretty cool. And what a great thing to rescue in this moment. As you all sit around, you see Yen frantically drawing on a map. Specifically you, Ashrin, sorry. See her drawing on a map. Do you say anything?
What is she drawing?
She seems to be drawing marks, a little line, and then she sort of marks off a little area. I can't find the fucking pins. Where did we put the pins? And under player tools, yes they are. There we go. So she is going to mark off that area where Sullivan got caught by Shadowveil. But she seems to be drawing in her own parts on this map of what she can remember of her past journeys in the Shadowveil lands.
Yen,
Yeah? I've got to get this down.
is there any hope we make it?
There was always little hope. Only a false hope. But that's enough. There's always a chance. As long as you keep going. That's what Alana used to say. There's always a chance, as long as you keep going. Some of you are better equipped for this than others, but yeah, there's a chance. I had to use magic in the storm to find Sullivan. And now I can't recall everything as I should. It feels like I'm losing track of things that were in my mind, things that were there only moments ago. So I'm writing it all down. Gotta get it all down.
You better write quick.
This place is pretty impressive. But we can't let it soften us up. It's going to be just as tough when we get out. We should eat while we can. And she's sort of still writing, but walking along the corridor and following Starling, who's come to tell her where the food is, and sort of leads you to the dining room.
I'm making pancakes.
Mm-hmm. You could do, but you can just order them. At the moment, it's the servants will be able to serve it much quicker. So you'll be able to sort of get yourselves down, and at the table, you've got sort of 15 minutes together before you exit back out into Shadowveil lands. You've had your 45 minutes of solo time. This is now 15 minutes to sort of group eat before you get out. There's a lot of munching going on. There's some deep drinking. Yen sort of looks around at each of you, and specifically at Marcus and at Sullivan. Hey, all of you.
Whoa.
It's tough out there, I know it is. It's difficult to know what you're seeing, and whether it's true. But stay close. You'll get used to it slowly, surely. We're gonna make it through this, you know. We are. When we get back out there, hopefully the sandstorm's dissipated. We still want to go and check out where... It's not Alana, that's the other one. Where the person fell. Sorry, I've got like 6 billion things here. Where's quests? There we are. Leorin?
Got a question?
Yeah, she's asking if
Are
you
we
still
almost
want...
there? I
Well,
think we are, right?
I think you're on the map, right? You guys are on the map? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Zavril. That's where
Oh,
Leorin
excuse
is.
me.
I mean, we're this close already, we might as well.
Alright. That's a little out the way, because we really want to be heading south, but that's okay. We can get that done. Besides, we found a Shadowveil outpost that we're going to have to go around that we didn't know about before. And that's what's marked here on this rock just below.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to know where they're at.
Yeah, the area where it was used to be a forest. A lot of dense trees. I suggest we try and stick close together.
Okay.
Right.
That worked out so well last time.
Well, we're not gonna have to sprint this time.
So depressing.
No, she's right. It
Don't
was,
say that. She'll keep doing it then.
it was tough out there. But we're gonna do this slowly and surely. Just stick close and keep going. All right.
Right.
Any last questions? Good.
No.
All right. Deep breath. And we're out. And she will step out back into the Shadowveil lands. The storm has mostly died down. You see yourself in this dusty, cracked land. The river that swells past is a slightly dark grey colour. You notice it carries a lot of silt with it. She will suggest, Sullivan, that you all drink from your water skins to dry, and that, Sullivan, you refill them all from the large water supply you've got on your back, and then refill your water supply from the dirty, silty water in the river, and that when you next take shelter, when you stop next, you guys can try and purify that water.
Okay.
That we do.
Okay, as you crouch down by the river, you look across and you see a creature looking at you. It looks a little like an armadillo. It's quite small, but it looks at you with these sort of very, not human eyes, but sort of knowing eyes, and you note right at that moment that creature's got some sort of intelligence. It looks straight at you, and then it turns and runs off.
Can I try to shoot it?
You may.
Do it.
Roll to hit.
Bang, bang, bang!
Oh. 24.
Yeah, your arrow takes it sort of just behind the throat, and you see the creature very quickly sort of roll over dead. Yeah, next to Chewin. That was good. Very good. That could be one of their messengers. They have a way of sort of capturing the souls of small creatures and using them for their own purposes.
Oh. Do you think that thing is edible?
Yeah, I was gonna say dinner time.
You're reading my mind,
Crossing the
Glacius.
river is not an option here.
Oh.
Might be a lot further down, but the bridge is often guarded. It's difficult to cross this river. Anyway, we got it. That's what matters. Right. Just over here to the northwest, I think. Yes. And she will lead you over towards what seem to be some trees as you look in the distance. A little further away from you. These trees get a little thicker, and you notice these strange plants on the floor all around the trees. She holds you back.
Fungus.
You need to be really careful. Those things, they emit some kind of spores that can put you to sleep.
Ew.
It's going to be real treacherous here. Careful footing. Careful footing.
Yeah.
And I need
I'm known for that.
each of you to make a stealth check, please.
With double disadvantage? Hell
If you
Stealth?
have disadvantage, you will use the disadvantage.
Are we like walking through this? Is
You
that
are
how we're
moving through this
stealthing?
area, yeah. And the stealth is to see how carefully you can tread around all these nasty plants.
Okay.
So
Can
many
I
natural
just
20s
fly?
going to waste.
Over them. I don't think Callum/Sid has any kind of dexterity to carefully tiptoe around these things.
Okay, you glide
So
over.
I think he would glide over.
But it is
It's
not.
a 19.
Why? What's that D10?
Ambush. Whenever you make a stealth check or initiative roll, you may roll a
Can you pay it?
superiority die.
It's a superiority die?
Wow.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Roll me a D100.
Uh-oh.
Fuck. Pass out again.
Only if you roll a
Don't pass out the
98.
spores!
53.
That's the one I told you to reroll last time.
You did it again!
Fuck! Can I get an 100 now?
You all fall unconscious if you do so.
46.
Okay, I'll call it a 45.
You're still in the bad zone.
He's still in the 46 to 55, and I'm not doing that to you.
It better be like I die. Like.
No, the thing that I keep telling you that you're not going to do is babbling and being incapable of normal speech and constantly speaking nonsense, which would just infuriate all of us.
That's normal,
so I keep making you re-roll that. Yeah.
He really wants it, though.
You experience a sort of incontrollable urge, and you turn around and you drive your sword into one of these plants. Oh, sorry, you don't have a sword. You have a halberd, is that right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have a poleaxe.
A poleaxe, sure. Yeah, you drive your poleaxe, like, you just split one of these plants down the middle. You need to make a con save against falling asleep or being unconscious.
Oh,
no. The rest of you, I'll pick 3 of you at random. I'll take a dex save from Arman, from Starling, and from Sid.
Okay.
My next is Sullivan.
Amon has a
No, otherwise it would be Sullivan making the dex save.
Fair.
And Sid has a +0.
Bro, I'm getting rid of these dice.
Okay,
I'm getting
King.
my dice right now.
Cool. The 3 of you sort of move out the way as this purple cloud of sort of vapors move up into the air. Glacius, you feel very, very tired and dazed.
Fuck!
No.
But you manage to stop yourself from falling asleep. You just sort of
Shake it off. Shake it off.
But you know that you're pressing against your boundaries. This land is taking a toll on you. Please deal your card.
Uh-oh.
You were gonna say that.
Uh-oh.
No!
Oh,
It's just piling up!
I mean, listen, I already had hopelessness. I think that was the name of that card.
Exactly.
Like I said, they
You
work
have
very
lost
thematically together. Not only in the
you have
cause, but
lost
in yourself. You begin to question if you were ever capable. If everything this far has just been luck. You lose all confidence in both your choices and your ability. Are you ready for me to take the card? You got that? Nice and clear. Good.
I got it.
Glacius experiences this sort of wave of self-doubt. Ashrin, you look back and note that he's swinging his axe at these plants you were told to avoid.
Glacius, stop putting your...
He, like, it is a very, like, quiet, somber, like, hand up, just like, no response other than that. It is just...
Put the weapon down and keep moving.
As you lower your weapon and take a step forwards, Sullivan, don't think I missed your terrible roll.
Oh, I was hoping we were just gonna blow straight past.
Let's just keep walking.
Carefully stepping around these plants that you forget to watch your footing in other ways, and you plunge shoulder deep into a pool of dark, thick, viscous green liquid.
Oh no!
It reeks, and you can feel yourself struggling. You can't get out.
What does it smell like? Death.
No, it's this sort of like a deep damp smell. You know that smell of damp, but it's like it's really thick. It's heavy in the air around you. It's cloying. Yeah. And there's also this sort of smell of overripe plants. It's sort of slightly sweet, rotting smell.
Oh gosh! So am I just thrashing in the water?
You are shoulder deep, and you can't even get your hands up above.
Oh,
the
just
water.
shoulder deep. Okay.
It is that thick that you can't get up at all. You just got your head. of the water. If it even is water.
Gross. Do we see this?
No, well, you probably. Unless you're severely distracted at this moment, which you did just have to make a dex save. But there is this sort of sound, and as you all look around, Sullivan is just
oh
in
gosh.
the water.
Yeah, I will offer him a hand to help pull him out.
Can't get his hands out the water.
Oh, okay, I see. Your hands are.
Yeah,
Can we grab my head
and it's
off
just
the
his neck and head.
Yeah.
Can we
Just
grab like
rip
the
my head off.
scruff and just like?
Have you seen the dancing heads in the sand that sing on TikTok?
Yeah.
Because that is Sullivan right now. He's just a
That's
dancing
me.
head in the
Good
sand.
God. Okay. Scoop him out.
Okay, you reach down, you grab him, and Sid feels pain in his hand as he does this. And as he drags Sullivan out, you will notice that Sullivan's armor is almost completely corroded.
Oh no! Oh,
What does that mean?
It means it's useless. Disguise.
No, not useless.
Where's my old plate armor?
Yeah, I'll
Probably in the
try
bag
to.
of holding back at home.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's in my actual
Okay.
inventory.
You're
So
carrying that
my-
old suit.
Yeah.
Okay, so my armor class is now 14.
Well, I think
I
Glacius has just said that he's carrying a second set
have-
of armor in his pack.
Oh, okay, what armor?
It's plate mail.
Okay.
Just normal plate.
Oh,
Same size.
What did you have on?
Adamantine.
Just normal plate.
Oh, so you've just lost the ability to be immune to crits. Oh, what a shame. Oh, that's devastating. Wait, it's adamantine? Hold on.
Yeah,
I
it
might have
is.
got this wrong.
One of the
you
hardest substances
I think
in
you've just
existence.
outfoxed me.
Some might
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
isn't it immune to like corruption or
think so,
corrosion
bear with
too?
me.
Is it?
say.
You tried
Adamantine
it.
is a rare metal. It's known for its hardness and is often used to produce weapons. Armor. It reflects a clear green sheen under candlelight and purple white under magical light. Adamantine weighs as much as steel, is ferromagnetic like steel, and vulnerable to a rust monster's grasp. That's fine, this is not rust. Let's have a look. It comes from Mithrin.
Crossing all my fingers.
Adamantine is resistant to acid.
Get wrecked! We've got to
You
win!
tried it, Shadowlands.
It only takes half damage from acid. Most magic items other than potions and scrolls have resistance to all damage. In a circumstance that acid might lower the armor class, it might do so half the amount for adamantine. Alright, Sullivan, you will lower your armor class by only 1. But
Yay.
what is relevant is that it is from your elbow downwards. You no longer have gauntlets on this.
Oh,
No,
now
so
you
you
can
can
see
try
her
that vein
interrupting.
shit again.
Well, more importantly, so that your arms are bared to the elements. So if you have to reach in to pick something up, so if you have to,
That's
you know,
fine.
your arms are now bared to the elements.
Okay.
Okay, I hadn't realised.
They were
that.
nipping at my skin anyways. I'm glad to be rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sullivan. I'll try to fix these up for you if we get
It's
some
fine.
downtime.
It's fine, thank you, Callum.
And I'm gonna look at Sid. Is he messed up also from this acid? His hands.
Yeah, that one hand sort of. You see this sort of bubbling effect on the metal.
Oh,
But it were brief enough that it has no substantial long-term effects.
okay.
Like you just
Put that
pat it
on
a
my-
little. It's good.
I will repair that later. Okay.
Starling sort of turns to you and lets out a strange hiccup. And she starts to sort of
This
sing randomly.
She's
She's
drinking.
twitching, and you see her holding her arm just below the elbow.
Uh-oh.
You notice she's shivering, and then twitching from side to side, and she's completely stopped in the middle
Being
of all of
stung
you.
by that thing. Maybe.
Darling.
Starling, like a bird. But
Yep.
back at home, that's why I was called Starling.
That's you.
It was. My mum named me after it. It was, don't like
They
them.
put me in a room.
Don't like them.
Room filled with rats.
I don't migrate in the spring. No, I don't. Don't migrate in the winter
Darling.
either. Yeah, bird. My mum named me after it. What about it?
No. Can you just
Give her like a shake.
grab her shoulders? Just try to.
Whoa! Dizzy, moving around.
Still.
Way too fast.
No, be still. No.
Can't be still. Yen said to keep moving. Don't stop, and then there's a
Can
chance.
I move her hand?
Yeah, you pull her hand
what's
away,
going on there?
and you see this sort of thick, bulbous boil on her arm, like she's been bitten by something really odd. This is not something you've experienced before.
Oh goodness.
It is not the poison that Armand sucked out before. This is something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's what?
Do you know what this
That.
is?
No.
Oh God.
Sorry. I think I did once.
Oh.
Wow, that's happening quick.
Oh, it was a long time ago. Did we cut it off? Did we lance it?
That's what I was gonna say. Let's cut it off.
What if we rub some icy hot on it?
Marcus sort of strides over and wait. I know nothing about the Shadowlands.
Mm-hmm.
I know something of medicine. Can you give me a medicine check for Marcus, please? He's pretty good at it.
Totally. Who's in charge?
Darth.
You?
No, it's you.
No,
What?
not me.
Marcus.
Marcus, yeah,
Marcus, I
it's
don't
you.
know
We're waiting.
what-
Because that would have been a
Medicine
long
check?
wait if you hadn't said that. Yes, a medicine check, please. He's quite good at it.
He is. That's a 18.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I think we should lance it first, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
Oh!
Good idea.
I haven't got a lance. No, I had a friend called Lance once. He was really mean. He wasn't really a friend. Used to
Can we
bully
like
people at school.
put our hand over her mouth? Like
You do so, and she sort of rapidly starts to try and bite your hand, like crazy.
I'm wearing a gauntlet. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you realize that she's actually hurting herself, like trying to bite on the metal.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay, that's different. All right.
You pull it out, and she sort of,
But it's-
"Hey!
keep it.
I'm not hungry! Not hungry, Glacius, not hungry! Don't... And I don't need metal, I'm not the acid!"
Can I just like?
And then Marcus just sort of stabs into her arm, and she screams. Like, absolutely.
I will cast silence on, because they were babbling. I will cast silence.
Give me a D100. Silence is a second level spell, is that correct?
Yep.
Don't get a 51.
What was that? No,
It's
51 would be really good in
Unconscious
this situation.
force.
It's a 93.
A 93? What am I going to do with that? You gain spider climb for 10 minutes. It does not require
She can already do
concentration.
that.
You can already do that.
Woohoo!
You notice nothing happen. And yeah, this sort of wave of silence comes down over Starling. Everybody is suddenly relieved. Starling is, but you can see like her face is in a rictus of agony. She is screaming bloody murder. And as he lances it, this deep purple liquid comes out, and you see the back of this nasty-looking tentacled caterpillar.
Gross.
Marcus
Feel
reaches
it.
down and grabs it and pulls it out, and you see it's got two
Ugh.
proper little curved teeth at the front. And it was burrowing into her. And as he pulls it out and is sort of waving around, he throws it as far away as he can.
I shoot it.
And you see Starling look down. It's this big. And he's thrown it in the air. You're
And?
going to miss.
No.
You can roll the head if you want. What are you even shooting it with?
I have a
I'm
hand
gonna
crossbow.
breathe on it.
Could you even
Thank you.
draw a hand crossbow that quickly? That's a massive miss. Like, it is nowhere near.
It was pretty
Can
close.
I breathe on it, James?
Sorry?
Can I breathe on it?
No, the creature, it's a
Like
little
full
tiny caterpillar thrown 30 foot away. It's gone.
Come on, Glacius, let's go kill that thing.
Let's go for the fucking...
What you want to do is watch out for where the others are.
That's my concern as well.
Okay. Starling, you can see, is saying something at this point, and she's sort of reaching down to her hand, and she looks severely concerned as she's looking down at her elbow. And there's this, like, gaping hole in her arm.
Good.
Marcus sort of looks at Ashrin, and then
Autorize
picks
it.
Starling up and moves her out of the silence, because he needs to cast a spell.
I will move into it just to get a few moments of peace.
You will move into it. That is the most badass maneuver. I will stand in the silence. I've had enough of your shit. He is going to need to cast a Cure Wounds at the 3rd level.
Wow.
Darth, roll me a d100, please.
Good luck, Marcus.
I'm so good at those.
I'll take a step back from Marcus, actually.
68. Fuck.
So close.
I was
So
one
close.
off from the funny number. I hate my life.
Sorry, bear with me a second.
Hope something hilarious happens at 69.
I'm going to have unprepared a spell today and re-prepared something else. I just want you to know that. You might need to you might need to refresh his page. Oh, Darth, I've left some. Never mind. There's some spaces here for you. I left some spaces for you to prepare any spells you wanted on him.
Oh.
Yeah, there's one spell that's missing. It's a spear spell. Holy Lance. Yeah, there's, I think, 3 spaces for you to prepare whatever you wish.
Oh,
so I just taken one of those at Cure Wounds. Did you roll your D100? You got a 68.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm really sad about it.
Well, this is relevant. All of you are surrounded. As he casts this spell, this sort of acrid, noxious odor begins to come from him. I need a con save, please, from Sullivan and Starling and Sid. Oh,
no.
Callum, sorry. Sullivan, Starling, and Callum.
Are you sure I didn't step far enough away?
No, but you are close enough to Sullivan that you get a +5.
Great, that's a dirty 20 then.
I just need a con save from Starling then, please.
17.
17 is a success. This horrible smell, like, gives you sort of, you all rock back as it's a horrible wave of this sort of odor going off, and you feel like you could have been sort of almost knocked senseless by it. But the smell of the bog's bad enough, and Sullivan can still smell his own armor. And with that, he will close the wound on Starling's arm. Starling sort of looks up and... What the fuck was that? You pulled a creature out of me!
Okay, she seems back to normal at least. Well done, Marcus.
You pulled a creature out of me! Explain! And Marcus sort of looks and... I don't know. I lanced the wound and that came out. And she sort of turns and... Yen? What was that? What's going to happen to me? I'm sorry, I don't remember. You don't remember?
Oh God.
I hate
Amon,
this place!
what was it? Amon, what was it?
Don't look at me. I always avoided the trees and the forests. These swamp-like areas are nasty, and they stink. Let's keep moving.
Yeah. Out of here quickly.
Can I just clarify at this point, Callum, Elliot, and Darth all have, and Glacius all have 2 cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alora, you only have 1, is that correct? Yes?
What
She's
card?
in a silence. She can't say anything.
Yeah, she is.
The Mistralia effect, you only have 1 on you, right?
Yeah. Just
Okay,
the Fury.
cool.
Yep.
I'm just trying to work out, I have 8 dealt, but I can't work out who...
I've got 2.
Yen,
2, 4,
got...
6, Yen got 1. Yes, Yen got 1. Okay, thank you, that makes sense. Cool, I was just suddenly looking at it, I went, hang on, where did the 8th one come from? Okay, as you begin to maneuver through this bog, I will take a perception check from yourself, Ashrin, and I will roll 1 for Yen.
$19.
Just waiting to And a 24, yeah. Both of you at the same time spot this. There is a long spear stuck into the middle of the water a little way away from you.
A weapon, you say?
Cool.
I don't want to know what threw it. I don't know what it was thrown into.
Well, you're looking for a body, right? That is what you're doing here.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do want to know what it was thrown into.
Yes, I think you might. This is quite relevant. Yeah, and I think this is what I'm looking for. There we go. Lovely. As you move towards this heavier, swampy area, you see this sort of long javelin, and as you pull it, this bloated corpse is on the end of it. Yen sort of turns it over, and the features are, you can't make out any of these features. The skin is completely bloated and puffed up. But Yen reaches down to the hand and notices a ring around these swollen fingers.
Oh.
Because we got this quest so early on, is the reward going to be like 10 gold pieces?
The old ring, it was an old ring that was passed to me by my father's father as your reward. It's deeply magical. That's Renette will give you that reward later on. But you do see a family signet ring around this person's finger, and a necklace. And around that necklace seems to be magical as well.
Alright, we should go turn this quest in. That ring will be useful.
Yen sort of quite nastily just cuts that finger off
Gross.
to take the signet ring, and gestures Ashrin to you to take the necklace.
Mission accomplished.
Ugh. Fine.
Too bad we can't cast Identify.
As you put your hand on this necklace, you feel the magic of it tremble, almost whispering to you. It seems quite powerful.
That's it? Just seems powerful?
Well, Ashrin's not the most, magically aware person.
And where's Zavra when you need him, that fucking idiot?
Oh, I could ritual cast Identify if you want. If
you
guys
could
care
just take a
that
look
much.
at it first. But yeah, as you take it off, you notice that it is deeply magical.
Cool. How do ritual spells work in this place? Does it have the same kind of
to spend 10
effect?
minutes and make a roll.
Interesting.
But you can sort of make an Arcana check as you look at it first.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
great.
well.
I didn't. It was a 12 total.
my
Yeah,
God.
this is not a magic you've experienced before. It seems powerful, very powerful. But it's definitely not of human or elven or natural make.
Scary.
A couple of dark gems.
One ring to rule them all.
A couple of dark gems link this amulet together. Maybe it's a bit evil. You're not sure. And at that point, you feel the urge to cast Identify, and I'll take that D100, please.
Wow.
You can ritual cast it. That's fine, but I'll take the D100.
All right. 71.
Now my best friend knows how it feels to have the urge to do something you don't want to.
For the next 24 hours, anytime you make an ability check, you must subtract a D4.
Okay. Well, I already have disadvantage, so I'm not. Oh, I guess I should have done that Arcana with disadvantage. God, I keep forgetting.
Now you really suck.
Alright.
12 was a complete fail anyway. This is powerful. It is an amulet of attunement.
Cool.
Oh.
What is that?
It allows you
It's
to
an
have an
amulet
extra
that gives you
attunement
more.
slot.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Grants.
You take the attunement though, so.
It doesn't take attunement, so I'm not that much of a dick.
Takes attunement.
It also may or may not function. I never know with these. Sometimes they do work and sometimes they don't. But it's just amulet of attunement. And it just says, while wearing this amulet, you can attune to one more item than normal. Sometimes those ones work and sometimes they don't. I think there's a feat that might allow it to work, if not. But anyway, as you pull this necklace from this long dead body, you have solved that quest. And Yen sort of, well, can we get out of this bog?
Please.
Quickly.
Most direct route or the way we need to go?
The way we need to go.
The way we need to go.
Okay, and did you want to head to the place that Callis suggested to the east, where they make the slaves comfortable with the Shadowlands? Or did you want to head to the far south, where their homeland is? Okay. In that case, we're going to have to find a way to cross the river.
We have a boat.
Well, we do have a little something. Yeah.
Okay, so at the moment you're up here, and she's suggesting you try and find a way to cross the river here, as opposed to heading all the way down here to do this, to go back up there.
Yeah. Okay.
We could try and cross on a boat, but I don't know. Have we got a boat big enough for all of us?
Boy, do we.
I don't know. Do you? You have a folding boat, don't you?
Yeah, and it's huge.
Is it? How big does it become?
Well, it has two commands, but one can be 10 feet long, and the other one can be 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep.
That'll be big enough to hold Sid. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Just Sid.
So she will lead you through the trees towards the river. But Ashrin, you feel a sharp pain, and it is sort of on the gap between your neck and your shoulder.
Immediately slapping my hand there.
You do, and you feel a sharp pain in your hand as you slap it, and it's as if you slapped a drawing pin. I need a D100, please.
50.
50. Roll me a D8.
You rolled
5.
50, it's okay.
5. 5 is southwest. You turn and you sprint southwest, and you pay no attention to the plants. You step on them left, right, and center.
Oh, gosh.
There is purple dust going everywhere, and you just run. Who wants to chase her?
Ashrin.
I'll chase her.
Cool. Yeah. Ashrin, what's your base
I'm
movement
not
speed?
confident enough.
Yeah, but
35.
Oh, are you fast again, Sullivan?
Yeah, I'm 30, so I'm not too far
good.
behind.
I'm still slow.
Sullivan's desperately trying to catch up when Ashrin trips. She kicks a plant and she falls flat down on the ground.
Yes!
I need a con save from you, Sullivan, as clouds of purple vapor move up into the air. This is against falling asleep. They don't seem to be affecting Ashrin at all.
That's 18.
18? Yeah, you sort of struggle as this wave of exhaustion hits you. You sort of shrug it off and you pick up Ashrin, and you can see this the very end of a purple caterpillar weaving its way down into her shoulder.
Gross.
Oh, Jesus.
Grab it!
The skin is sort of bubbling up around it and boiling into bubbling into a large boil.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how they got it out last time. They just cut it out, right?
They stabbed the boil to lance it, and as the blood flowed, they pulled the creature out. That's
okay,
what
then
Marcus did.
I'm gonna lay her down.
Get this freaking thing out of me.
She's flat on her face, and she is incoherent.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
She is
Sorry. Then I'll...
desperately trying to get up to run again, and Ashrin, that's all you can think of.
Oh, okay. Then you know what? I'm gonna sit on her so that my knees are on top of her shoulders.
Yeah.
So she can't
pin her down.
not squirm.
Yeah, and her legs keep running even though she's pinned down.
That's fine. She can run. And then I will. Let me just see if I've got a dagger because I don't really want to use my sword.
Well, you'd have a small, everybody carries a small knife for like eating and cutting. And
okay. Yes. Then I will use my knife, and I'm just gonna. I'll look at her and I'll give her a nod, and then.
Yeah.
This is for calling me
You stab
stupid.
into the boil, and all this purple liquid sort of spills out, and you see just the wiggling tail of this purple caterpillar working its way in.
And then I'm gonna stab into the caterpillar.
Oh, okay.
Kill it.
Roll me a
So if we keep throwing them around alive.
My point is that last time it got pulled out first. This time you're going to try and stab it while it's wiggling around in her shoulder. I need a D20.
When you say it like that.
Well, you might not get
Kill
it.
it. Kill it.
Stab me, Sullivan. I'll kill you.
She said, "I'll kill you."
Kill it. I have full confidence.
Oh, that's a 22.
On a D20?
Oh, I thought you said to hit.
No, just
Sorry.
a D20. You can tell me what number it was.
Oh, I don't want to.
Well, it wasn't a 3, was it?
No, it was a 13.
13's great. Okay, that's fine. That's above
Okay.
10. You're fine. So you sort of get your belt knife into this creature, and as you pull it out, it's sort of wiggling around on the blade. As soon as you pull it out, Ashrin, you feel this sort of panic. You need to grip at the shoulder. It feels like a gaping open wound. It is really painful. You do note that Marcus is coming over towards you. Solomon is kneeling on your back, and he's holding a belt knife with a purple caterpillar wiggling around on it.
Get off of me now.
Just relax a second, okay? And I'll stab the knife into the ground just to make sure that the caterpillar is fully pierced. And then I'll throw it and the knife away because, hell, I'm going to use this knife again. And then, as her leg stops running...
Yeah, she's completely calm and
then,
furious at you and telling you to get off.
Yeah, then I'll get off and I'll pick her up.
I will elbow him in the face.
Great, I love that. You do. As you're getting up, you sort of get off me and stand up. And then, Ashrin, you can't help but clutch this wound. You've felt pain before, but this is like there's a huge blade in your shoulder, is what it feels like. And as Marcus comes over, he sort of puts his hand on you and it's gonna sting, but it's worth it. And he's gonna cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds. And Darth, I'll take a D100.
I step further away from Marcus this time.
Come on, you better give me a 69 this time, you piece of shit dice. Fuck. 57.
You just love staying in those middle.
What's your highest level spell slot available?
Oh God.
I'm a 6th.
6th.
Uh-oh.
Mark it off as used.
How rude.
Ouch.
Alright, I would never have done it anyway, so...
Yeah.
Spells does he have?
He had heal at 6th level, not anymore.
Yikes.
Yeah, not great. Ashrin, you are back to full health. Your shoulder is cured over, but you kind of feel this almost hollowness, this emptiness inside. And I will ask you, please, to deal your card.
Join us. Uh-oh.
Sullivan just tried to kill me, so...
So true. Ashrin's acting kind of weird, don't you think? Gossip, gossip,
Yeah,
gossip.
maybe we should
Yeah, very sus.
You are no longer just angry. You believe that they have turned against you. All of them. You are certain that everyone is out to get you. You either need to find a way to escape or kill them all. I will take that card. And we will take a short break.
Oh.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of episode 41, Sogravia the Last Bastion. We're in a nasty forest as you all try and tread carefully between these plants. All of a sudden, a strange bat-like creature takes flight from a distance away from you and sort of flaps right up through all of you. And as it turns, it hisses at you. Almost cat-like or viper-like in its hissing. As it turns away, it begins to fly upwards into the sky.
Can I shoot that one too?
You can try.
Sorry, was that a shadow? Did you say?
No, it was a bat.
Oh, a bat. Sorry.
It was a Batman.
24.
Yeah. Your arrow heads perfectly for the creature until one of its little claws stretches out into a hand and grabs hold of the arrow and throws it to the ground.
It is
Looks at you
Batman!
again, it
That-
hisses.
That bat is a monk.
As that hand goes back into being a talon. Yen puts her hand on your elbow and... There's no point. Don't worry. They knew we were here anyway.
Right. We're just sitting ducks.
Well, somewhat, yeah.
Not dogs.
Not for much longer.
They won't come into the forests, and they won't guess that we'll try and cross the river. Come on. Sure-footed now. All of you.
Let's go.
Some awful confident for somebody who's about to make a stealth check.
Sure.
All of you, not just Callum.
Where are we
Are
stealthing?
you asking for one, or are you
You're
saying...
trying not to step on these plants. Make a stealth check.
Bro, I swear to God.
That's good.
Rolled a 19 and a nat 20. Feels
Nice.
good.
That does feel good.
I'm not gonna bother with a superior.
I got a 7.
Okay.
I got one better than you, Callum. I got an 8.
Glacius and Callum, I need con saves to not fall asleep.
Gotta show me up. To not fall asleep.
Alright.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
I think I am less good. I will use
my-
my flash of genius to make it
You must roll with
18.
disadvantage. Oh, you're a save. Never mind. Let me just double check that.
And
Is
James
that
asked for a save.
Is that ability checks or ability checks and saves?
Oh.
No, you should be able to do it with saves. We did that with Kia.
No, the D4 or the minus. I don't remember. Was it -4 or
You
D4?
got it from the magic.
It's a
table, didn't you?
D4.
It's just ability checks.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So you're not super fucked.
As these clouds of purple smoke sort of erupt around you, Amanda, careful! Not all of us will manage to stave off their effects. This is not a place you want
Like
to
a-
fall asleep.
No.
Like a really disappointed look on my face. Just like a... Damn it.
And then you come up, you're on the sort of edge of a hill and you look down at this sort of grey, deep running river again. You guys are sort of over here somewhere. Yen sort of looks around and, you said you had a boat? She sort of looks over your shoulders, trying to work out where the hell this boat is.
I pull out the folding boat, which appears as a little wooden box, 12 inches long.
In the box.
And then what do you do with it?
I speak the command word, and it begins to unfold into a pretty large ship, 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep. Is this river deep enough, big enough for
It
all
is.
that?
More than
Perfect.
deep enough. The current runs very slowly as the river is thick with silt.
Ugh. Well,
And you can all get in and start to what? Try and row it across?
I'm sitting in the very back of the boat.
good question. How are we gonna move this boat? Do we have some kind of propeller?
I'm assuming there are oars.
There are oars.
Oh, great. Let's do that.
Okay. As you get into the boat and you begin to row across,
Does
you
have
look
oars.
down and you see that the river is thick with gravestones at the bottom. Each gravestone lit with a candle under the water. And as your boat moves slowly across the river, skeletal hands rise from the water and grip at it.
Oh.
Ashrin,
I'm
you're
in
at
the
the
very-
back,
way.
I'm at
And-
the back with a
and-
dagger.
reaching up
And-
towards you very quickly is a creature that's sort of, it's only got half a skull. The skull sort of cleft across the top. So it's just got one eye and half a skull bone, and it's a hand sort of reaches out and grabs onto the edge of the boat, and the next hand reaches up for you.
I guess I will just try to hit it away with my dagger.
As you bat the creature off, you notice that these skeletal hands are all around the boat, surrounding, as they're all gripping and climbing slowly up the edge of the boat. As Glacius and Armand, Marcus and probably Sullivan are rowing, the four of them moving the boat quickly across. The rest of you looking around see all these skeletal hands clambering onto your boat. What are you doing?
Oh boy.
I was already attempting to sabotage the boat with my dagger in the back, digging into the floorboards.
Wow.
Bitch!
I'm lighting my flamed sword and just slicing at these hands.
Okay.
Not
Astrid,
noticing Astrid.
As you turn back, you notice that they're fighting off the skeletons on their side. What are you doing?
I'm just keeping myself away from the skeletons.
Okay. You keep the skeletons at bay from just your area, and some pass you. And Sullivan, you feel sort of a skeletal hand touch your shoulder briefly, and then you note as a firebolt from Obi blasts it off the edge of the boat. You all hear this horrific shriek. The shriek of a banshee. I need a con save from everyone, please. You are
The
all
shriek of the
apart
person
from
who
Ashrin within
Ashrin
5
just killed.
feet. Apart from Ashrin, you are all within 5 feet of Sullivan.
I hope Bastion fails. Right, Callum?
Right. Oh, she did. With Sullivan's bonus, that's a powerful 33.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Oh,
nat
that was a nat
20,
20.
33.
Yeah. So Marcus, sort of noting Ashrin fall towards the water, it charges over and pulls her back, and will sort of yank her into a safe place in between 2 pews that you are rowing from. Yen is sort of up above the boat, just pinging arrows at these skeletons constantly. And then this horrific sort of large, twisted, ghost-like visage appears at the front of the boat. The boat passes through it, and each of you experience sort of its deep cold within your bones as you pass through a ghost. I need a charisma save from all of you other than Astrid.
Oh, cool.
A charisma? Oh, fuck me. Oh, that was pretty good. Guys, do you remember what Marcus is?
Dead.
Samar?
A cleric.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Marcus, why don't you do something about these
Yeah.
undead?
That's what I was gonna say until.
You're controlling him if you want him to use an ability.
I would love that.
Well, no, I also didn't want to interrupt you because you were talking.
Yeah, no, that's
but
fine.
Yeah.
But as you pass through here,
Marcus-
sorry, Callum, you got a 2 on your charisma save? Is that right?
It's a 7 with Sullivan's bonus, so think about that.
I'm going to
Mine
tell you
is
that this is
7.
pretty bad. Roll me a D100.
It'll be fine.
Callum's wife dies.
It's just that easy, folks.
Is that
Callum?
So
100?
close.
Callum, you have discovered that you really like killing people.
Well, that's why I'm in this war. Gotta keep the blood pumping.
I've never had anyone roll above a 96 on the madness table. That's super cool.
We've got 2 murderers among us.
You want to use Turn Undead, I assume.
Heck
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus, having been rowing, sort of pushes Ashrin down under the bench and will stand up and will take his sort of symbol of the Furian Guard and he'll hold it up in the air as he will turn undead. And that means that I need a D100 from you, please.
Yeah. But this is a character D100, so. That's a 40 on the dot.
As he sort of reaches it out, at first he's holding strong and the undead are falling back in droves. And then he sees this one skeleton that's crawled onto the back, and it's missing its lower jaw, so it sort of has this just endless gasping visage down at you. And you'll see that sort of inside its bones is a human beating heart. And he just sort of stumbles back for a moment and, I can't turn them all. And he is frightened, condition-wise, for the next 8 minutes.
How close is he to me?
About 15 feet.
He's 5 feet away from not being able to be frightened.
Okay, so if you want to move towards him and then like sort of bolster his spears, he will once again sort of stand strong and he will sort of hold his sword up and back away, you fools!
Whoa!
And as he says this, this large skeleton with its beating heart sort of ruptures into just shards of dust as it falls away. And Yen will just sort of shout, "Land ho!" And the boat will just thump into the side of the land, and all of you will be jolted.
Let's go. Let's jump off.
So you
I have a
kill
question.
us?
What happened to me for
killing-
failing the Banshee save?
You just felt completely unconscious.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
sorry, I thought I
actually
said
the
that.
best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, it was
That's good.
really good for you guys.
Murder
Yeah,
McGee over
Ashton's
here.
not actively trying to kill us.
As you get over to the other side, Marcus will sort of put his hand to your brow, Ashton, and press a pale? Wow. Press
Pale.
a damp cloth to your face. As you come to, you are back to full health. You just drop to unconscious. And as you come round, Marcus sort of, "Hey there, steady yourself. We can't have you falling behind." He looks at you, sort of, like, almost staring into your soul. "Ashrin? Are you okay?"
Get away from me.
Okay.
Alright. He lets you up. And then, as you walk away, Ashrin, he moves over towards Sullivan, sort of elbows you, and nods towards Ashrin. And you see that Ashrin is shrouded in darkness from the shoulders downwards. The shadows are writhing around her. And you see in her hand,
Oh no.
she's clutching her dagger.
I still thawed out from the whole thing. I'll take a few steps towards Ashrin.
As you do
And
so, a shadow sort of lashes out at you from the right-hand side.
I attack.
Okay. And as you swing your sword, it's blocked. And Armand sort of is holding his sword out. "Easy, Tiger. Easy. What's wrong?"
Is the shadow gone?
The shadow was just a trick of your mind. It was Armand.
Oh, okay. I'll lower my sword. Sorry. And then I'll brush past him to get to Ashrin.
Okay.
Is she
follows
still
you as you
shrouded in shadow?
She has the shadows sort of from the shoulders downwards. It's almost like a dress made of pure shadow.
Fashion.
And she's still holding the dagger.
I believe so. Ashrin, you were holding a dagger when you were on the boat, right?
Oh, I would not have let go of it right now.
Figured as
Okay.
much.
Well, you did pass
Then
out.
yeah, I'll just.
That's okay. She
I'll
passed
just-
out holding it.
Yeah,
She's
I'll
like a-
approach her. Ashrin, are you okay?
I'm fine.
As she turns and says that, the shadow sort of, almost like a face of shadow, like jumps out from her face and then goes back. And it was all, you blink and then you're not even sure if that's actually what you saw. And you just hear Ashrin say, "I'm fine."
Why are you still holding the dagger?
Expect me to drop my weapon here?
It's not usually your weapon of choice to be so up close.
Of course. I will stow my dagger and pull out my bow.
Better not make it too personal.
You're muted, James.
Am I? Why?
Are you not now, but
No,
you
I
were when
wasn't.
you
I
just spoke.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it didn't come through. I wasn't actually muted. I said, better not make it too personal when she kills you all.
Wow.
As you all alight on the other side, you fold up your box.
I'm gonna be keeping a very close eye on Ashrin.
And you see this sort of mountain range up ahead of you, cracked and broken land on the way there. Some of these rifts go down endlessly. Slight mist coming up from them, you cannot see the bottom. These gaps between these bits of land can be almost 20 foot wide at times. Yen will inform you that you guys will need to be really careful jumping from area to area.
Ah.
It's nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump away.
I look at Amon. Does he look scared?
No.
Yeah, he's scared of heights.
He's scared of heights. But this isn't heights. These are the depths. He's very used to there being pits and abysses around. He grew up in the Underdark.
Fair enough.
He sees you looking and, Callum, you alright?
Yeah, I'm making sure you're alright. You're not gonna take a tumble, are you?
No. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't feel high up. I just feel like that's low down. And he points down to the...
Are they still tied together?
No, that was so long ago.
No.
This whole time, they've just been tied together.
Maybe we should do that for everybody. We should just like, you know,
everyone
like
get a
little
buddy.
daisy chain.
Yeah, great. Whoever falls is just taking Obi with him. Poor guy.
Well, that's why Obi just carries like a big cinder block on his
He's just
back.
tied to Yen.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
But yeah, as you guys sort of approach these misty gaps in the land, it's slow and hard going, and there's a lot of sort of getting to one bit, and then Yen will go and put a rope on the other side and tie it, and then you guys will hold it and jump over, and then when the stronger people are over, the smaller people can try and either leap across or climb across the rope, and then it's a lot of slow stop, start, and it's tiring. One might almost call it exhausting. I'll take a con save from a lot of you. This is against exhaustion.
Ashwin can have a +5 because I'm going to be on her tail.
That's sweet.
Sorry, I'm just waiting for one more. 8.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The only one is following me. He's the top of the murder list.
Who's at the bottom?
As you look around,
Amon did bad.
you notice that off to your left, Starling is holding both her daggers in her hands, and she's staring at you quite intently.
Wait, I'm sorry, say that again.
Starling is over to Ashrin's left with both her daggers in her hands, staring at Ashrin quite intently.
Got a problem?
You're gonna do each other in.
Yeah, I've got a problem. And she steps over towards you, strides up at you quite confidently, dagger in hand.
No,
You're losing it!
I draw my bow.
You're losing it, girl. You're losing it.
Don't come any closer.
Alright, fine, but don't you dare drop this. And she sheaths one dagger and she pulls out a bottle of brandy. And she sort of motions to throw it to you.
What?
If you drop that, Starling will kill you.
I will tentatively lower my bow and...
She throws you the bottle of
Prepare
brandy. I'm not joking. Take a mouthful. Steady yourself.
We'll take a swig.
As you do so, that urge to kill everyone, that surety that they're all turning against you, that frustration you had built up. If you remember, this has happened before, where alcohol was used to suppress the madness of the Shadowveil for moments. It only lasts about 10 breaths. Starling watches you. She reaches her hand out for the bottle. She takes a step very bravely towards you to stand right next to you. And she says to you very quietly, "There is no one here I'd rather have at my back. No one I trust more. Don't let it get to you." And then she takes a huge swig of the brandy, puts it back in her sort of shoulder bag. Nods to you. She stalks ahead, leaving her back completely turned towards you. Completely vulnerable. Trusting you to do the right thing. And then she leaps to the next rock. Did anybody get below a 12 on their con save?
No.
Yeah. I got a 14.
Great.
Marcus got
Nobody's
a 22.
exhausted. Wonderful.
Great.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I know generally the rule is to let it sit for a round, but could I spend my MVP cards to get rid of the murderous intent after that conversation?
It's a good one.
You can make a wisdom save. DC 16. If you succeed, you can get rid of them. And no, Sullivan, you are not standing close enough for her to have a +5 to this. She's an
Sullivan, run to her.
She's
Run to
an
Ashton's
isolated island of
Laura's
desperation.
house.
I have a 29.
That's more than 60.
Damn.
You may spend both of your MVP cards. Can you deal them out so we see what you lost? Triple damage and quadruple damage, and a target loses a quarter of their maximum hit points at the beginning of their turn for 3
Oh
rounds.
my gosh!
That could have been quite useful. Wave goodbye.
Man, I was hoping for someone to get murdered.
As you take a sort of deep breath and steady yourself, Starling sort of looks back over her shoulder. You got it?
I'll give her a nod.
Ashrin, as you nod at Starling, Marcus is going to attack you.
Oh shit.
You gonna what now?
He's going to attack you.
Am I close enough to try and intercept that?
You
So
would
she's
be
on her
able.
own island of desperation.
You would be able to rush
Yeah.
forward and try and stop the fight after the fact,
Okay.
but that's going to be a 22 to hit you.
Yep.
Oh.
Where's the radiant damage gone? Oh no, you're not
A
undead.
sunblade. Can we
No.
borrow that for our straw table?
No wonder we don't have it.
I
Damn
know.
Marcus took
I
it.
literally thought about that when I was putting it in. Yeah, so you'll take 9 radiant damage, and as he slashes at you, Sullivan, what you see is the sort of shadow dress that Ashrin was wearing. You see as she turns this sort of beating dark black heart attached to the dress, and that's what Marcus is stabbed for.
Whoa.
Do you still want to stop the fight?
I think I'd step in.
I'm stopping
if
the
Sullivan
fight
doesn't
also,
immediately.
yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see it.
I think in this moment, Sullivan is hesitant. Obviously not because he wants Ashrin to die, but because if he is able to get rid of the shadow that's, on her, maybe she'll chill the fuck out.
So you hesitate.
Yeah, I think in his hesitation, in that moment, others might do
Okay,
stuff. But
Callum and
he's
Glacius, you move
hesitating.
forward, and Marcus is going to turn and just start swinging.
Whoa!
He's sort of trying to protect himself from you two. Starling is going to throw a dagger at his back. And
God.
in all
I
of
just
this
wanted
sort
to
of
restrain
madness,
him.
in all of this madness, Armand just goes, "Damn it!" and throws what looks like a glass ball at the ground, casting calm emotions in a 30-foot radius. Michaela,
Not a bottle of haste.
no, Michaela, can I have a D100?
Oh, sure. Patented D100s. 33.
What am I going to do with this?
What did he get?
An imp appears! I'm not using that.
I want him.
I'm just going to go up by 1, and Armand gains the service of an arcane eye that does not require concentration for the next hour. Floating
great.
up out of this ball of water is this sort of pale, misty eye, and it just sort of floats around. But the calm emotions hits, and Marcus immediately sort of stops. Glacius, Callum, you also stop. He looks back at Ashrin and... I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was trying to get rid of the shadow that's haunting you. But maybe you've done that yourself. And as Ashrin turns, you will see that she, from that conversation with Starling, has just about got rid of that shadow that was haunting her. Sullivan, you don't see that beating heart. That dress of shadow has gone, though there is still a hint of sort of dark wings just floating out from her back. Marcus looks at you.
Damn, what the...
Marcus,
Why did she get this shit?
Maybe a little warning.
You don't see it
at
yet.
least.
It hasn't got to you. But when you can see the shadows, you'll understand.
I personally don't think you all are seeing anything. And this place is just getting to you guys.
Isn't that right, Fox?
Thank you.
Oh, dear. But as you progress over these rocks, Ashrin, that murderous intent has stilled within you. And I have to remove the card. Hold on.
Well, yeah, it is still within her if she still has the card.
I've got the card.
Someone else is gonna get the card.
No. This one cannot be used. We are going to... if I remove it, does it go back in the deck? Maybe. I don't know. If it gets dealt, I'll deal with that. I don't think it does. But yeah. You shrug off this murderous intent, but you notice that everybody is sort of a little wary of everyone else. And Callum. As you look, you see Obi sort of scratching at himself, itchy all over. You see Yen keeps stopping and staring off into a point in the distance. It doesn't make any sense. Sullivan keeps lashing out at shadows to his sides that he can't see.
Exactly.
Glacius looks forlorn and lost.
Glacius is the least crazy person here.
A little bit, but you see that he's given up so much that he's not even looking up to check for danger. He's just sort of plodding along, staring at his feet. You also see Marcus sort of sword at the ready to deal with these shadows. And Starling just looks bitter and angry. Arman comes and walks beside you. You alright in there?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you? You seem less bothered compared to everyone else. I think
Callum,
this place is really...
I spent almost 150 years here.
I know. How did you not go crazy? How long have we been here?
I did.
Then it got boring.
I went crazy. Multiple times. But there was no one else around me, no one for me to lash out against. My survival instincts kicked in. That was all. I survived. But oh, did I lose my mind. Many times. But like you, I cling to what I care about. What I love. And for me, that was easy, because I love me. I am wonderful. He sort of gives you...
Well, that's good.
Gives you a sort of sad smile. And, or maybe it's easier because there isn't much that I do love. I didn't have anything to lose.
Okay.
As he says this, you sort of see up at the top of the hill, you see Zavril sort of sat on the edge of the hill. And even from here, you see that he is crying blood.
Ugh. I will
You look to
shudder.
Arman, you notice that
Look away.
everyone is sort of acting weirdly. And
Huh?
rightly so. Everyone is acting weirdly, and rightly so.
Yeah.
And you notice that the two of you have fallen quite a long way behind everyone else.
I am slow still. Well, looks like... I mean, you don't have to wait up for me, Amon.
Oh, I do. You see, the thing is, they're all taking it real hard. They're all being affected. It's getting their mental down. They're getting angry, they're losing it. But not you. In fact, you don't really seem affected at all.
I wouldn't go that far, but something's definitely affecting everyone else, that's for sure.
Why is it not affecting you?
I prepared for this.
Hey, Shadowveil, kill him!
No, I mean, look at me. I'm not flesh and blood like you guys.
Yet even Sid was affected in the sandstorm, wasn't he? Didn't let you out. Is it because Sid knows something that we don't? Being bonded you so closely?
Sid doesn't know anything. It's just a...
So why didn't he let you out?
It malfunctioned. This place affects nature and everything else. Why wouldn't it affect my magic?
Exactly. It
Suit of
affects
armor?
everything except you. You're still steady, still the same Callum. Why?
Why? I don't know. You would know more than me.
He hasn't been dealt another card.
It's not true. I got 2. Well, I'm watching you too. We're all supposed to be watching each other.
Alright. He shakes his head and he strides on quite far ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow. Don't wait for me.
And you will note him stop Yen and have a quiet conversation with her.
Okay. So yeah, Callum's just adding to his list of evidence that everyone's minds are affected by magic. He thought maybe Ahmad was not as much, but he thinks he's acting more paranoid now too. Okay.
As you guys get across this broken land and you start getting into the hills, Yen will call for a short break. And sort of, hold up! Let's catch our breath before we head up. The air's gonna get thick. Real difficult. I'll take that con save against the air for all of you, please.
Oh boy.
Starling is staying very close to Sullivan, is going to take the +5.
God.
Oh, sorry, I rolled for Marcus.
Oh, come on, no! Not like this.
Oh, we both rolled for her.
That's fine. It's a pass either way.
But he gets the +5, which is you need to. James said it was a 12 to beat it, so he
that
does beat it.
And that one is a fail.
I know.
As Armand sort of
Talking all that shit. He's using all that air.
Talk shit, get hit, motherfucker.
He looks over to Ashrin and have you got that thing that you gave to Starling? I'm feeling a little tired.
Kind of roll my eyes and pull it out and ball it up and toss it at him.
I was gonna ask, is Ashton still a bitch?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Wow.
She's still angry, but not murderously angry.
He starts to take these deep breaths, and Yen will turn and say, Ashrin, Obi, and Glacius, will you 3 come with me? We're just going to scout a little bit ahead.
You're bringing me? Why?
I don't know, in case something requires just
Physical strength?
Who's taking them? Sorry.
Yen is asking.
Yen.
Glacius.
Yeah. I got everyone else.
Yeah, okay.
I just got.
Glacius, Ashrin, and Obi, a little forward to scout ahead. And as you guys pass around the corner of the rock, she stops you immediately. And we don't need to scout anything. Armand had a word with me. You all seem a little with it, if a little annoyed. Your friend Callum. Are they acting different, unusual, in any way?
Other than
Has
being
Callum mentioned seeing?
slower than
I
a
remember.
sloth.
So, has Callum mentioned seeing things now?
No.
Because I remember last session they were following behind Marcus and Sullivan. They had the little 3-line looking for the shadow giraffe.
Yeah, he's
So
been looking over his shoulders, but he hasn't said that he's seeing. He definitely hasn't said that he's seeing Zavril and Fox.
I'll mention that. Like, I'll mention the interaction being like, they've been looking over their shoulders just like, Marcus and Sullivan were earlier, but they haven't said anything. Is it like
they were? Or like they didn't want to get caught?
Well, they were looking behind at Marcus and Sullivan, so...
But Marcus and Sullivan have been seeing shadows, haven't they? What if they could say shadows in Callum's heart? Do you think Callum was acting too normal? Like this place isn't affecting them enough?
Why is that necessarily a bad thing?
Because Shadowveil aren't affected at all.
I understand what you're implying, but...
Then why aren't you suspicious of me? I'm acting normal.
You are not acting normal, you bitch.
Yeah, totally.
Excuse me?
You fucking heard me, alright?
Now you've done it.
You were trying to stab...
Yen sort of, hey, I'm not accusing you because I think you are being affected, though you're handling it well. I need you to roll a history check, and you can discard any disadvantage you would naturally have. Just a straight history check.
Best friend. Oh yeah, I'm so good at those.
Yeah, well, Obi's rolling as well, and maybe that'll...
Oh, hey!
Yeah, Callum history.
Yeah.
It's not about
Callum's my best friend.
It's about whether you remember something that was said before. And both you and Obi say at the same time, didn't Kalana tell us that Callum can't be infiltrated?
Period.
Yeah. Callum can't be infiltrated, he's a robot.
Period.
And why does it come up as a 21? The GM 21. All the others roll from the page. As you say that, you just see Yen sort of... I thought that might be something like that. We should tell Armand. He'll be really relieved. He's been thinking Callum's been turned.
I'm just trying to weave in suspicion.
Okay, alright, calm down, you, okay?
Why don't you tell me to calm down?
Armand's got it together. He's been here before, longer than any of us. I didn't believe it at first, but I believe it now. Alright, well with that, that's a real relief. A real relief. They say that in Sogravia, actually maybe it's better that everyone hears this. Back to the camp.
A bit more chit-chatting.
And when she gets back, as you say that, she just, oh yeah, totally normal. And as you all group round, she, right, we didn't go to scout ahead, we went to discuss something, but our man, Obi and Glacius assure me that Callum can't be infiltrated. That's part of being an autonom.
Wow, Amon. Like that? Didn't I just explain myself to you?
Yeah, well, you would have, of course you would have said that. And she sort of, hold on.
That's exactly what
it is worth
an
mentioning.
infiltrated person would say.
In Sogravia, it's believed that the way a Shadowveil infiltrates is they kill you and they assume your body.
Mm-hmm.
But it has been heard of in the Shadowlands that people have been possessed, like those animals we saw. The armadillo-like creature you shot across the water.
Batman?
It's said that the shadows surround them completely and then enter into their body. And as she says this, Sullivan and Marcus, you'll notice a light of recognition in their eyes. You've seen this happen twice. But it didn't go into them. Once when Ashram was cloaked in the shadow, but it didn't enter. And the other time was when, well, you didn't see it, but Marcus did, when Sid was shrouded in shadow, when Callum wasn't allowed out. Glacius, you saw this in a dream. it happened to you in your dream.
Lexius
But
is
it's
a
just-
divination wizard?
No, it's just a dream. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yen will look to the
Totally.
little mountainside, and it's going to be tough going through the mountains. But I think another 3 hours, and then we'll have to make camp and try for a rest.
Okay.
Just be aware of each other. Alright, that's enough chit-chatting. She winks at you, Astrid. Let's move on. And as you guys head up the hill, Marcus will move over to Sullivan and say, do you think Astrid fought off the Shadowveil?
She's a strong-willed woman.
You saw it, right? She was cloaked in
I saw
shadows
it
and now she's
leave.
not.
That doesn't mean that it can't affect her again.
Of course.
None of us are safe.
But if she can fight it off, we all can, right?
Yes. I
No,
hope
women
so.
are stronger here.
It's just these two having a conversation. And as he sort of...
I hope so.
I'm glad you see them too, Sullivan. I thought I was going mad, but I wonder. It might be a terrible thing, but maybe it's also a good thing in some ways.
What's a good
We see the shadows.
Well, it is slightly. Yes, it is beneficial in some ways.
Callum, as you're
Yes.
walking, mulling over what Armand said. He said you might be infiltrated by the Shadowhunters.
The nerve.
It's been a long time since you killed anyone.
Yeah, I know.
As he steps past a large gap in the ground, I need you to make a charisma save.
Ugh, I'm pretty terrible at those.
Well, no, Armand's tied to you, so it's fine.
No, he's not. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. He's not getting tied to me anymore. That's a 15.
15.
Pretty
Callum,
good for Callum.
You direct Sid, and just as he's about to make the jump, Sid just elbows Armand, and he falls down between two rocks,
Uh-oh.
out of view.
Oh, fuck.
And that's where we're gonna end session.
Yes, it is.
Uh-oh!
Oh my goodness, Sid is crazy.
That wasn't Sid. That was definitely Callum.
That was Callum.
I honestly, I absolutely love this madness table here that just says. Let me paste it to chat. It just says 96 to 100. I discovered I really like killing people.
Yeah.
That's
Who
it.
knew?
Was... Yeah. This is
Wow.
a new page in Callum's life as a gleeful murderer. Oh,
We come with a
God.
timeless tradition of MVPs.
Not
And
Armand.
we will stop at Duff.
Stop.
Oh, words hard. Yeah. Like I said last time, I really like the entire Mistralia effects. It really doesn't feel like it's like it's sending everyone in their characters very interesting ways. One thing I really like what I have for Glacius right now, because basically my take on it is just that he becomes quiet and just stops talking because he doesn't trust what he's like saying and what he's doing enough anymore.
And it's very much very much reminiscent of how Darth felt about Sogravia the first time. Hopeless.
Yeah, very
Faithless,
much. Just
no
about
trust,
where I
no
started.
belief.
Oh, no.
But there have been so many times where I felt like I wanted Glacius to do something, or like he would do something, but then it's like, I don't think with the effects he would be like the only time where I was just like, oh no, he's still gonna do something is when Marcus attacked Astrid. That was
Yeah.
only because everyone else was in danger, and that wasn't anything that had to do with him. Like on the boat, as soon as Marcus got up to turn undead, he was gonna grab the other oar to keep rowing to make sure it would go. But that would require Glacius to do something, and he doesn't have faith in himself right now.
No, and I think it's sort of crippling, right? That self-doubt.
Yeah.
Josh, your MVP.
Yeah, I loved all the roleplay stuff today. It's been really great. Like Darth said, I really love the curses and stuff that people have. Is so interesting. I think if I just picked one at random, is that like not only has Ashrin been like moody and like aggressive to people, but also has only just come off of being murderous, and yet she's still like, I've been fine this whole time. What are you talking about? Like, what?
Yeah. I think that was genuinely a brilliant moment in character. I really enjoyed that too. Speaking of which, Alora, your MVP.
So, I know we're all going to talk about all these effects, which I really love, and it's been a ton of fun, but I'm just going to throw in one little quip that I really enjoyed, was when Callum was talking about not having any issues, and Darth piped up, "Isn't that right, Fox?"
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed that. I just needed you to say it, Michaela. Speaking of which, Michaela, your MVP.
Yeah, I really liked the moment where Sid was out of Callum's control and just had him trapped in there. I was like, oh my gosh, should I destroy this Sid and use a spell slot to build a new one? I don't know, but yeah, I think it's interesting because Callum, as mentioned, Sid, he just thinks of as a tool. Even though Sid does have, he has a little bit of intelligence. I think he has 4 intelligence, so he definitely has some, awareness. But yeah,
but that's
so
programming, right? It's not meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a lot of A, not a lot of the I.
Yes, exactly. I've got a few little moments. I really enjoyed when I mentioned that Ashrin was shrouded in the shadow-like dress, and Michaela said, "Fashion." I liked when Yen decided to walk into the storm at Darth when she has legs. And where are we? We're wasting time. That's where we are. It's definitely a place. But
where are we in trouble?
I really enjoyed the darkness of the idea that Sullivan was led by Obi to the Shadowveil. And yeah. I love how few questions have been asked of him since.
Wait, asked of Sullivan or asked
asked of Sullivan. Yen hasn't told you that he was captured by the Shadowveil. She's just told you that they discovered a Shadowveil outpost.
True.
So I'm really waiting for that moment to just pop out for no reason.
No, nothing strange.
Yeah,
you just got a little lost in the storm.
Yeah. But
lost in the sauce.
I actually most of all enjoyed, Alora, your using the cards, because the murderous intent is really interesting, right? It makes for a fascinating dynamic in the party, but actually it's also actively subverting you from the goal of the party, right? And from your goals as a character, which is why Starling tries to reach out to give you that moment to breathe. And I think that was a really cool capitalization of like, let's use these cards to get this out the way. So I guess it costs you 2, but it earns you 1. Yeah.
So it's a -1.
I really enjoyed that. Also, Michaela, just to get it out the way, can you deal that treasure card onto the board, because you're not meant to have it anymore. It's the air effect, and I can't get rid of it because I can't deal any cards at all at the moment.
Okay. Please move.
Cool. All right. Fantastic. I will look forward to seeing you soon. But if you guys would like to say goodbye,
bye.
Later.
That is where we will end.